and gentlemen of Earth, this is your favorite villain of all time, Cell. And if I'm not your favorite villain, well, then you suck. But you're watching Squad Talk. The good squad, not the bad squad. You know what I'm talking about. Keep your eyes tuned to this, or I'll destroy you, and I'll destroy the Earth, because that's what I do. That's kind of my thing. All right, peace out.
But what killed it for me, I don't know if anyone else, they were saying how that tribe was like the most vicious tribe when it came to the slave trade. So they kind of watched it to reverse like the true story of it. So yeah, there's more depth into. I think it tainted the movie, and then on top of that, it's like I'm pretty sure people acting in it or developing it knew that. It's kind of weird. So I'm those are the questions I have. It's like, hey, what did y'all think about this? That's why there was like I don't want to say a boycott, but there was pushback on that movie for that reason.
But so anytime we get a movie that strong with black leads, you're gonna get a pushback. Because one thing with the movie, white people don't take it well when they're getting their ass beat. Yeah. In movies. That's like when what's that brother name? Nate Parker, when he did the Nat Turner movie, and he had to come out of pocket. Or is his name Nate? His name is Nate something. And he had to come out of pocket because it's like, what rapper got in trouble? Was it Rick Ross? Something he said in the lyric. Like, we can talk about killing us all day. And the second you say something crazy.
The Molly and the champagne thing?
No, this is way before that. When he said something about some white people and people got all upset.
Something about crackers.
Yeah, so to see that shit on the big screen, because it's like there's a lot of shit left out of the history of like, they're trying to say we just didn't fight back at all when these people were colonizing shit. But there's cases where we fought back and we was fucking their asses up. After all this time, we finally getting that on screen. So that's why I appreciated the movie, because there was one scene, my girl, who played Marvel 007. No, when she died and her homegirl found out and they was going through the little town off the little seaside shit, and how she just beat old boy, that white boy ass. And it's just like, they didn't let up. And then the movie was PG-13. And it was
I didn't know that.
Yeah. It was PG-13.
It didn't play like a PG-13.
Because when I saw it, I was like, yo, I'm shocked I thought this would be rated R, because that shit dumb. And then even with it's so much like, I don't know, I thought it was an amazing movie because it touches on the fact our people was selling us to them for
right.
the same profit, and it had a deep meaning to it. And I think even if it was watered down, just the fact they was able to get that out.
Right.
So like that's when Spence always be, we got to hear our story told. That's the stories we need to hear told.
Yeah.
Not shit like Till, because we all know about Till, because they always put that shit on the pedestal. Right. Oh, y'all just like fucking beat the kid ass where he don't even want to be seen in the open funeral and shit. But he was wrongfully done. But this movie, I felt like just represents a different side of history. That, I mean, shit, it should be more movies like that.
Marcus Garvey.
Nah, I definitely agree. So that point you was making about the raps, I've been saying that for a lot of different days that we've talked on here, especially with like women, how rappers will usually degrade women. But just like you said, as soon as they say something like completely out of context, it's a problem. But at the same time, the genre has been like that forever, pretty much. Like it started out, hey, this is why my raps are better than yours, and then it went from that to my crew is better than yours, and you know, my drugs, then
I'm
I'm
a
killing,
fucking
and
Fucking your
bitch.
bitch.
I'm
I'm
gonna tell
fucking your
this
bitch. I'm
et
nigga.
taking your
cetera, et
bitch.
cetera. You know,
Yeah.
that's what we, you know, that's what we come to see as the norm, and that can easily change, man. But there are some people, man, they won't give in. It's like, hey, if they're not talking about X, Y, Z, I don't want to hear it.
But you
I got an
know,
argument
I
for
find
that.
this bizarre.
they got rid of the conscious rap because if we don't own it, who's gonna push that? And then it's like, I don't entertain Kanye. I haven't heard any of the stuff, the interviews and none of that. But Ice Cube touched on this shit like 30 years ago. So, and then even if you in the hip hop, they pushed it out because it's like you don't want to. I don't know. It's easier to sell us killing each other than it is to build each other up. Because hip hop used to be really like on some vibing
Stick
shit,
together, yeah.
telling
Like
stories.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah, like
Right.
that. And then, you know, I don't want to say NWA ruined shit, but
They did.
It took it to the like a Tribe Called Quest is the right hand,
But I mean, you
NWA the left hand.
It's a little different, man. You can't. At first, that's what life was, and life is still like that for people. And if they see, oh, this shit makes money, of course they're gonna do it.
But all they was doing was telling their truth.
Right.
And in that, but then when you see people can profit off
emulating
that,
it, and people
it's like, well,
yeah.
let's keep pushing this versus pushing all that good vibe hip hop shit, where we trying to uplift each other. And then that got kind of saturated. Because even somebody was like, oh, today they still make good music. And I'm like, no, I don't think any of today's music is good. Unless it's certain artists like Kendrick and J. Cole and a few others. I think Big Sean made good music. And it just depends on what you in the mood to listen to. Because when I just want to hear somebody flowing and they talking about shit, I'm a big Wiz Khalifa fan.
Right.
But like all these new artists though, man, they trash, dude.
Yeah. See, what I said was because it was something in the chat that somebody said, if we stop saying nigga or whatever, and we'll do better. And the music does that and talking about fucking bitches and killing niggas and shit. But it is also has to do with the parents allowing their kids to emulate and listen to that shit, because I listen to Gucci Mane, bro. I could rap probably about 40, 50 Gucci Mane songs verbatim. Yeah. I'm not out there doing what the fuck he doing though, what he talking about. I didn't want to do that when I was 15. It sounded good. Like, I'm like, okay, fuck yeah. Jeezy, Wayne, whoever.
Yeah.
I wasn't on no shit like, I'm going to go do that shit. And I'm 15 listening to these niggas. Rick Ross, like, this is when they was in their prime.
Yeah.
So I'm not out here, like, running after them trying to do what they do. So parents got to take some accountability, too, because we could listen to that shit and not emulate it. And we could still, like, do good within our community. But if we talking about the music being a reason why we turn left, I can't say it's the music, because you in charge of your own brain at the end.
That's the music is one of many small things to a whole.
I would say it's an influence for sure.
Systematic fucking thing that's going on. Yeah,
I feel it.
But there's such a small like, I can't say the number like percentage wise, but I would say there's such a small community who's actually going through with these actions, man. Because just imagine how many working class people listen to this type of music and don't do any of what they're talking about
on their way to work.
I think that's weird. But
the thing with music, music is spiritual. Mm-hmm. I think music is one of the most powerful things in the world if used right. And then the reason you can memorize lyrics easier than you can learn schoolwork is like
because they got a rhythm.
Yeah. So how they doing the when they was hyping up the ABCs, how they put it on the beat, I was like, yo, that's the most genius thing I've ever seen.
Get the little black girl do the
that shit dumb. And but it was so catchy. But them kids are gonna learn that because it's in music. And then that beat, that's like, because it's so much. Even with there's a reason they've downgraded. We're at Bluetooth now because there's something, the to get all woke and shit. The record player, the vinyl,
Mm-hmm.
because you know when it puts out something through the horn back in the day, it was actually like medical.
Yeah.
A lot of our ancestors used to just like, I don't want to say sip tea, but they would just listen to music because it was like, I forgot the term.
Like the frequencies
Yeah,
would heal
helps
you
heal.
and yeah.
So, and then bass. The reason we like bass so much because it represents the drums that our ancestors used to, when we get that beat and all that dancing. And then but I've always, because I love bass, I used to put speakers 12s in all my whips back in the day. And then like CDs used to thump a lot harder than anything else today.
Yeah.
Then we went away from that. And then it was like, I remember finally I had to break down and just like Bluetooth everything and all that streaming shit.
Everything MP3s, yeah.
Yeah, because that shit don't
Not necessarily
hit
true because what, for example,
I agree
Apple
with
has that lossless. I can definitely tell when the song first starts and when everything catches up, the buffering, like you can hear like the clarity. But that's just like, just streaming anything, like
It's all about
streaming a movie versus
and I'll piggyback on that what
Bluetooth.
Brandon said. Because with the losses, I hear what you're saying, Mark, about the losses is clear, but just like it's funny because my homeboy, he rap and me and him done mixtapes and albums. He sent me a AMR file of this new shit we working on one of my beats, and I'm like, nigga, that shit sound grainy as fuck. And he like, oh, that's the export. I'm like, you recorded that with a phone or some shit, like underwater potato. He like, nah, bro, that's an export. I'm like, nah, nigga, send me an MP3 at least. Cause a WAV file big as fuck, but an MP3 is at least gonna be clear enough that I could hear the beat and your rap. But that's the difference between the vinyl and the CDs, because those files are like more clear. They're like WAV files, and WAV files are bigger because they have all the quality and it's clean. But with MP3, it's like they throw a bunch of like compression and it lowers the quality of what you're listening to. So it's kind of like it's an okay sound, and then you got the shitty quality. But the WAV files are what they used to put on the CDs, and that's why they sounded so good, because they were more clear. MP3s put a whole bunch of compression and shit on it, and it dies down the frequencies that you get.
It can go both ways. I feel like it's preference with the clarity, because you can go
need that, Mark. I need that trunk to rattle.
I understand it, but check it out. So you were talking about the bass. So and our ancestors weren't the only ones doing it, man. Like, just looking, I went to a wedding, and my friend, they ordered a mariachi band, and I heard this thumping from like a bass guitar. I was like, these guys, they're not on electric guitars, man. It's like, what's going on? And this dude got like a guitar, and it's huge, man. They got like a big opening to make the bass noise, man. So we aren't the only people who use the bass. I guess
music in general, all cultures.
Just in general, I don't necessarily need bass, man. Like, I don't.
It's not even the bass. I just like that thump. It's because it's the rhythm.
Yeah.
No matter what, we get that rhythm, them vibrations, and that's what we speak to our spirit.
That's crazy, because when I talked to Lex Luger, and the nigga, when every beat he heard from me, he was like, bro, make sure your beats, like your bass is whamming. Like, make sure them bitches is like hitting as hard as possible. Like, not to where they're distorted, but just as loud as possible right before they start distorting. And that's really where you want to have your drums at when you're doing drums. So, my beats that I've been making now in 2022 compared to anything before, they got that bang to them, because I listen to older shit and I'm like, dang, bro, I could have turned them drums up on that shit and it would have hit a little harder. So now I'm hearing it and I'm equalizing my drums so where they're loud, but they aren't like they don't sound like that. They just sound like a clean bang. So that shit is important. But I can get what you also saying, Mark, because I listen to like meditation music and it'll just be straight melodies, no drums, and that'll be fine too.
I'm a big melodic fan. But there, I've listened to lo-fi people too, man. I don't know if you heard
that's my shit.
like Blue, Blue. Usually he's a West
Blue is
Coast
nice.
rapper, man. Yeah, all his stuff is usually lo-fi, man. That shit is so fucking dope, man.
So since you fuck with lo-fi, have you heard of Nujabes, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's like my inspiration. That's one of my inspirations when I make beats, because his shit was just so chill but catchy.
Right.
Like they was hella chill and they had that lo-fi sound, but it's like, yo, nigga could rap on this shit and he'll do some damage on the beat.
So going back to stuff like how y'all was saying, like the N-word and stuff, I still feel like that is a big component into how everyone interprets, I guess, blacks as a whole, or hip hop artists. There are people like, my thing is, man, if you don't want people besides black people using the N-word. By the way, I don't know if y'all have noticed, I won't even say really, I don't really use it at all.
I think I might have heard you say it once or twice.
I don't use it when I'm at work.
Not a lot.
Because that's professionalism.
Less than me.
Right.
But when I get home, the nigga come out.
Nigga.
I don't have a problem with it, but it's just not my preference. But my thing is, like, if you don't want people to use it that are outside of that race, one, if you're gonna make that music, like, you can't use it because, like, what, you expect your fans not to recite what you're saying? It makes zero sense.
Your other race fans,
yeah, because I mean, honestly and truly, who makes up the entire? It's not just the U.S., man. It's the entire world that's listening to this.
Our culture,
the world.
The thing.
So, do you think that's what holds us back?
Nah, it's more.
Because I don't believe that's that's a factor, but I feel like it's a very small factor.
But my thing is, you can't get mad. That's my thing. That's my thing. Like,
when they make that
music, you can't react like a nigga because they want you to when they say that shit. That's what they're looking for, is that reaction. Yeah. So as long as you know knowledge yourself and you carry yourself in, man, you can call me whatever, bro. I'm not about to.
Because I've been around, and then there's times I have moments I've had to check friends, different races, because we drink. But my thing, if it don't come from a place of like hate, I don't really have an issue. Because if you saying it, it's because the thing though, they make the edited versions of the shit and then the explicit. But what's gonna sell? The explicit. Ain't nobody download edited shit. We all know we know these white people say that shit when they listening to it. Cause it's crazy. Some of them just be fans of the music. And they just, I don't know, Asians, everybody like they motherfuckers want to say the shit. So I'm like, it really don't offend me until you're trying to be like, you trying
offensive
to like hate.
Nah, I'm not with it at all, man.
I'm not with it, but it's like I'm not gonna sit here and I ain't gonna fucking fight everybody that say it.
Exactly. No, of course not. Not gonna fight everybody, but I think where we mess up is, we call in other races then we are
call other races then
we are
white man a nigga.
We give people passes.
Yeah.
So when we give them passes, they feel like, okay, it's all right. And now you got to deal with that shit, man. Like I said, I'm not gonna fight you. I remember one dude came up to me and he said some off the wall shit. Like, bro, who are you talking to right now? Like we had to stop that, right? Nip that shit in the bud right there. And he got quiet. And because somebody or some people like, hey, they thought that shit.
Because some people, you could have somebody else. I had to check a dude at work over the phone, and I had to stop from fighting them because we were instructors. And I told him, dude, I'm gonna beat your fucking ass because I don't know who you hang out with. I'm not the guy. And it's like I had no issue checking people, but at the same time, I ain't gonna fight every fucking body.
Yeah, bro.
Unless these motherfuckers is really on some like truly racist shit.
Like y'all trying to hang me or some shit.
Yeah, then I'm like, all right, you know what I'm saying? We can go there. But
so real quick, what I missed?
Nothing really. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we just talking, man.
Okay. Hey, I got a question just about what y'all talking about. Like, have y'all ever heard that Freaky Friday with Lil Dicky and Chris Brown? Where they switch sides.
Yeah.
Hey, I felt some type of way.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
So what was it about him being
so they switch bodies, so it's Chris Brown's voice, but it's Lil Dicky. That's the thought process. It's he's Lil Dicky. And he said, oh my God, I got a big dick. I can dance. I can sing. oh shit, I could say nigga. Like he said it like over the. I was just like, I don't
But
think
he
I'm
said it
okay
as
with
Chris
this.
Brown's voice, so
It's Chris
But it
Brown
was Chris
saying it.
Brown. Yeah.
It's Chris Brown saying it, but it's
But
clearly
he still
showing
got a
that.
lip. He still got a lip.
He's saying
right. He still got a
he's saying I want to say it.
right.
You know what I'm saying? He's saying no, I want to say it. And then he just says it like 12 times in a row, just to the beat. You know, basically say, hey, I'm allowed to say nigga now. You know, so I felt some kind of way. You know,
I mean, people see this endearing and cute, man. There was nothing cute about that shit. I thought this shit was lame as fuck. Me personally, but
you talking the Chris Brown shit or in general?
Yeah, the Chris Brown and all.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it.
I'm sure they thought it was cute.
And I'm a Lil Dicky fan. I like him as a rapper, but
look at it this way. Who are Lil Dicky's fans? So who you think
he probably has more white fans than that. I would agree there.
But that's why they added Chris Brown to make it okay.
If I had to say Lil Dicky was somebody who, what's the word? A culture
appropriation.
I feel and it's like
it's better than a lot of other rappers. So like that's always the thing though, right? Because the thing is,
like the Machine Gun Kelly.
See, I never thought Machine Gun Kelly was good though. Whereas like Lil Dicky got on a cypher with all the other freshmen from that year, and he smacked the shit out of them.
He can rap. Have you ever watched Dave? Does anyone ever watch that?
Yeah. I saw that shit.
Is it decent?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
He can rap, dude. I can't knock him.
He can rap really well, actually. Like,
but it comes off as more as for me, it comes off as like the mockery of the art, man. Like these guys are like really put into their craft, and it's more of like, I'm gonna show you that I'm better, and we're gonna make these, cheesy ass songs that I'm not gonna buy that album and bump that shit, man.
No, I have Lil Dicky's album and I bumped it. Like his album's legit, but he's got a lot of features. Like he's got the joint Save That Money, and he's got the joint with Snoop Dogg, professional rapper. Yeah. That shit go hard, bro. Like it's the whole point of the song is him saying, look, I'm gonna approach it from a different angle. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be funny with it like Eminem used to be, and kind of do it that way instead of trying to take myself so serious. So yeah, but dude is like if you listen to who is that? If you listen to Bruh, like the joint he has called Bruh, like Marz.
Again, that type of that style only works because he's white.
What, comedy?
No, the Little Dicky, I'm gonna be funny and
he said it comedy.
But he
well, no, I mean Donald Glover does the same thing. Donald Glover does the same thing.
He does.
I don't think that's really a fair assessment. Yeah. Tyler the Creator definitely does the same thing. Like they just try to be funny with it. Who's the other one? The one who's got a cap on. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Chance the Rapper. Yep. So he's another one.
But you gotta have your styles. Something gotta be different. Everybody can't be a fucking gangster.
Hard ass nigga all the time.
That's not what I'm saying. Because that's what we always go towards when we talk about rap, man. Everybody just jumps to like,
hey Spencer.
Shit, man.
Hey, can you mute Joe until she come back? I don't know what she got going on over there.
Yeah. Like Wu-Tang, bro. Wu-Tang was probably like my favorite.
Growing up?
Oh, that's still one of my favorites.
For me, it was Bone. Like talking about the 90s. Yeah, bro.
I mean, dude, this even though I'm like West Coast biased, a lot of my top picks will be West Coast shit, but Enter the 36 Chambers and East 99 are forever in my top 5.
So I try to listen to whatever. Like All Eyes on Me is one of the best albums ever, Yeah.
Be a thug.
Doggy Style is one of the best album ever. So and like Ice Cube is like cemented, you know what I'm saying? But with that said, I still like, for me it was Busta Rhymes, it was Biggie, it was it was Tribe Called Quest. It was all the East Coast stuff that really stuck with me. But I like the Midwest stuff too when they started like Bone. That shit went hard, bro.
Oh, when they
Yeah.
did when Biggie and Bone
Right,
did
Notorious Smash,
Notorious
yeah,
Smash,
that's
yeah, that
gonna
was
go
fire.
hard.
That was
I can
fire.
do that shit word for word to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because
that
it was
was
just
nice.
like, it's a stick with you. So
They fucked us up with that one.
yeah, and the thing is that Biggie, instead of like, because they did Thug Love as well, where it was with Tupac, but
Right.
Tupac did everything in his style, and Bone kind of slowed it down to not like leave him in the dust. But then when Biggie did it, Biggie was like, "Nah, I'm gonna rap as fast as
I'm gonna
y'all."
fuck with
Like,
y'all
yeah,
niggas.
I'm gonna rap right
Yeah.
here with y'all. Y'all not about to, y'all ain't about to have me looking crazy. So,
Yeah, leave them in the dust.
hey, no, I'm saying it slowed down so it wouldn't sound like they were rapping all fast and he wasn't, you know what I'm saying? So they slowed their raps down. Whereas with Biggie, he was like, no, I can rap just like y'all. Like it's not a game, you know.
Yeah.
So
Like I could do the same cadence type.
it was the same way Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes had always rap slow.
Man,
And then when he did the joint with Mystical, he was like, oh no, you ain't about to be outside of me, cuz.
Yeah. He definitely stepped it
Yep.
up.
And Bus even says the reason he started rapping fast was because of Jay-Z. Like they had
Jay-Z did that triple
they,
flow.
well, they had a battle rap, in their school because they went to high school together. And Jay-Z, I guess, did a fast rap on him to beat him. And he was like, ever since then, he was like, oh no, you ain't playing ever again, bro.
Yeah, that's called the
So
triplet flow, where
yeah.
he say like three syllables of everything. Like
Mm.
whether it's a phrase or whatever, he just does triples.
Yeah, just nasty with it. Joe, I asked Spencer to mute you because there was a lot of noise in the background. You can unmute yourself.
My bad. I thought I had muted myself.
Nah, I'm just letting you know I asked Spencer to mute you. He didn't do it because you're a woman or nothing like that. So
okay.
it was me.
I forgot about
Because I was definitely canceled last week.
Yeah, I don't want to see Spence on the front with all kinds of stuff. Because
hey, Joe,
I
trying to
I
cancel everybody.
That's fine. I thought I was muted though. I thought I was muted. My bad.
What happened last week?
Oh,
last week. So let me tell
Joe
you.
wanted to cancel all of it.
Let me tell you. Okay, so this is what fucking happened. Last week, we were all on the same shit we always do. How everybody trying to get in, whatever, put in their inputs. I'm trying to put in my input, and all of a sudden, I get fucking muted. And then on top of that, Sue gets muted.
Damn.
And I'm like, the fuck? So I unmute myself and I was like, Spencer, what the fuck? Why'd you mute me? He was like, I didn't mute you. It wasn't me. Like, and I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not because you're a woman. So now it's making me think it was fucking him. So I was like, dude, what the fuck? And then Sue, as I'm talking, I get fucking muted again. And I'm like, what the fuck? So, and Sue gets muted again too. And we're like, dude, what the fuck? It's only the females that are getting muted. And so her and I drop off. And Sue goes into the chat and just fucking goes off on Spencer, is like calling him a cunt and all kinds of shit for muting her.
Yeah.
Well,
no, she did it in this chat too before she left. Like, so I always saw Spencer. I was like,
she's like, you're a fucking cunt.
And I still ain't getting no apology.
Oh wow.
And,
wow.
Yeah,
that's legit. That's legit. That's a legit apology that should be coming.
That is a legit apology.
Yeah. That's fucked up.
Sue goes into the regular chat that we have and starts just cussing him out and calling him a fucking cunt and all this shit.
He ain't get no apology.
They say it was Alton who did it. So me and Sue are going back and forth on him. Like, dude, what the fuck? Why'd you do that to us? Like, that's messed up. Like, you
and meanwhile,
anymore.
In the pod, Trey was like, it was actually me. He's like dying. Like, Trey straight up like, all right.
I might have accidentally put you on mute. Bitch, you know you put me on mute. Don't say that. I might have accidentally put you on mute. Yo, that shit had me heated as fuck. I dropped off that day because I was like, yo, I can't keep getting muted tonight. No, not
that shit was crazy. So that's why I wanted to clarify. I asked him to mute you this time. So,
So anyway, no, I didn't mind. I thought I muted myself, but I guess I didn't.
yeah, I don't know what y'all was doing over there.
I was messing around in the oven.
Yeah, I'm ready to see this Pray for the Devil, man.
Oh, Brandon said he already seen
Oh,
it.
it came out today, bro?
I guess I got a bootleg.
Was it
Brandon
good?
already seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going tomorrow. We're going tomorrow.
Because today I went and saw the Woman King finally, and then I was walking around. I was like,
Is that as good as they've been saying?
Pray for the Devil playing like 30 minutes. So I ain't got shit to do today.
I like to be
to
scared,
see it.
man.
I had to see it, dude.
We going tomorrow, bro.
Yeah,
I gotta say right now.
I need to definitely go.
She don't want to see it. We going tomorrow, bro.
I'm gonna say one thing.
Like, hell no.
I was telling them earlier. It was this one scene I had to put my popcorn down.
Hold on now. Hold on. Don't tell me that else, bro.
That's it though. It was I was like, I had to brace myself.
Brandon, is Woman King as good as they've been saying it is?
Nigga, yes, nigga.
From what he described,
if it wasn't no people in there,
I
I
ain't
would
even
have
seen
teared
it.
up, dude. I ain't gonna lie. If it wasn't other
I want to see it.
I would.
So I need to see 3
He
movies.
looked right. I ain't no bitch.
Yeah.
But he got in the car. That's a real.
No, I was good. 'Cause I was telling him I went through all my emotions today because I saw Woman King first and then went and saw Pray to the Devil. So I was like pride, emotional, to just scared.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch that.
I want to be scared, Joe.
You saw Smile, right? Did y'all see Smile?
I ain't seen.
Yeah, I seen Smile.
Bro, that shit was legit, bro. Go watch it.
Okay, I need.
Where was it again? What?
Have my big ass son looking scared as hell in that theater. That shit was hilarious. He was sitting there like,
it was a jumper.
It was a good. And the thing is, it was consistently creepy. Like it had jump scares, which movies have, but it was consistently creepy. So the whole time, like you're like, that shit's disturbing, bro. Like, and that's the stuff that you really want. You know,
with the movie, I counted 5 times.
Okay.
He counted.
I counted. Because it was so bad, dude. I had to look around. I was like, oh, looking around.
He want to validate other niggas' jump.
There's several more moments that you will have that opportunity to jump, and I was just more ready. But
okay.
So my thing is you can startle anybody, right? Like I got PTSD or whatever, right? If you make a loud noise, I'll jump. That don't mean I'm scared. That means you startled me. Yeah. With that being said, though, if I feel goosebumps, bro. Like when my shit get goosebumps, I'm like, oh,
and then I don't know.
That's the shit that I'm like,
you in the public and shit, you like, bro, I got people around me.
I'm into that demonic shit, so I was hyped. So
I don't know about that, but it's just in general, like they seem to be creepier though. Like slasher films aren't really scary; they just have jump scares, right? So it's like demonic movies or ghost movies tend to be creepier, get under your skin a little more. So yeah,
it's a dope movie, man.
I like that. I like
tomorrow,
that,
bro.
Scary movies have not been
there's
scary.
Some realism to
and
that.
I hate it
what I
love
about
scary
it.
movies.
One, the preview was good enough to draw me to actually see it in the theater, and I wasn't disappointed when I saw it.
See, you know how I am about trailers.
I like that.
You avoid them. So
I avoid the trailer. I avoid the trailer altogether.
One thing,
and you know what? Smile is a good example. I watched the trailer. Then I'll tell you. There's a scene with the main girl's sister walking up to the car. That's all I'm gonna say. But they show that shit in the trailer, and because of that, the whole movie I was waiting for that scene to happen.
Yeah.
And everybody in the theater jumped. Everybody except me because I was waiting for it to happen. And I was just like, y'all cheated me. Y'all cheated me out of this.
Because now you're like, oh,
that was a scare y'all could have got me with in the theater.
It's a good one though. It was like, they should have that in the trailer. Don't watch the trailer, bro. Go watch the movie.
One trailer that was very dope, but it was underwhelming. Was the Woman King trailers. Because the whole movie,
I watched that either though. Yeah,
it's the trailer's dope, but it's just like you don't get the story in the trailer.
Yeah, you don't. I saw the trailer. You really don't.
And that's
so my issue with the Woman King is they just were like, fuck history. It was history for the movie. And it was like, oh, they were a slavery tribe themselves. They like sold slaves themselves. So I was like, hold up now. Like I know the trades. Like I know the slave trade. Like I know the history of it. So I'm like, they were one of the tribes that was actually selling slaves. So I'm just like, on this
That's what I was mentioning
movie.
earlier, Brandon.
Yeah. I don't know about that one. I'm good movie. Viola Davis is great. Like no hate on any of that. But I'm like, come on, that's not really what happened, guys.
I mean, they say inspired by.
Right.
When they say that, you know they've altered it. But like I was telling them early, that movie, I love the movie.
No, it's a great movie.
Not heard nothing but good things about it.
Like I said earlier, though, hold on. This is another reason I'm defending that movie so much. When we get all these fucking Viking barbarian movies that everybody like and praise,
that's true.
I'm like, cool. Can we get one like that?
That's true.
Not. And this is that movie, so it's finally here.
Yeah. I think the difference. I think the difference in this is the difference in this is an effect of slavery, no question. But the big difference is that Africa is a continent with a bunch of different countries in it. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the Vikings generally talking about one group of people.
Norway.
Right. That you know what I'm saying? So like people all I'm saying is people who have that as their background can be proud of it. You know what I'm saying?
Means is like Vikings being a savage movie.
Yeah, like because we get all these fucking hardcore war type white people movies.
I agree.
Where is ours at? Where we're not just slaves getting fucked up.
Yeah, we fighting back.
That's not comic related because I said that earlier.
Or we're trying to appease them.
Yeah, now we have a movie that's like, oh, this is dope to see. Like, I would like to have a TV show, a series like that.
Oh shit!
Not like the fucking
Oh, you asked for too much, nigga.
I'm asking. What was the one show? The spinoffs they made. They made one of Harriet, and then they made the other one of What was it? What's the movie? I can't think of it. The slave shit. They was on the run.
Slave? You talking about 12 Years a Slave?
No, never.
I'm Amistad. What's the Jamaican one?
I can't think of it. I'm not even going. Because it was a good show. It was just.
Yeah, I mean,
I thought y'all didn't like slave shit.
We don't like slave shit where they try to make it nice.
Yeah,
nothing was nice about that shit, bro.
We just not. I don't like what we don't fight back. And a lot of their movies, we're just water.
Yeah, that's why I like.
Are you talking about Birth of a Nation, Brandon? That one?
That's the movie. And I love that movie because Buddy came out of pocket for that. And we was talking about this earlier. I was like, the movies get shitted on because you're literally seeing us beat some white people's asses. There was a scene in Woman King where old girl was just fucking that white boy up on that damn.
Look, that nigga said don't talk about the movie.
Yeah.
He told us about it.
Damn, Marz.
I mean, shit, dude. Whatever. I said it earlier.
Look.
He outdoing me.
Yeah, wow.
But I don't know, man. I at least want to see us put up a fucking fight, dude. Some of these movies, we just getting whooped.
I feel that.
So okay, go ahead.
People think that ruined his career, though.
I got something to say, but go ahead, Spencer. What are you gonna say?
You said something about when you was watching that movie and you knew it was coming. Everybody in the theater jumped, except you, because you knew that shit was coming because of the fucking trailer. This is the discussion that I be having with Marz and other motherfuckers about trailers. As far as even like video games, we don't need fucking trailers. If you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it regardless. We don't need to see every single thing about a movie or a video game, because then when you play the shit, you're gonna be expecting the shit, and like you just said, they took that moment from you because you
really did.
It was coming.
They really did.
Wanting trailer after trailer, people like Marz for different games, and it's
I can't stand that shit. I don't want that. Yeah.
But it's different. It's different with Pokemon.
I feel like you
can
have
it depends on the game.
It depends on the game.
You need to make it to where like it's just.
It don't depend for me.
I haven't seen anything from God of War at all.
No. Right, but you could if you wanted to. That's what I'm saying. No, but that's what I'm saying. I don't like that it's even there. I want you to do.
Because even if you don't see the trailer, even if you don't see the trailer, motherfuckers have seen it. They gonna talk about it.
I'm scrolling. Exactly.
I'm scrolling.
Well, you know what?
2 days ago, I'm scrolling. Boom.
And real quick, y'all.
Because somebody just posted.
Real quick, y'all. We have to for a second. We have to for a second. Hold on, Marz. Real quick. We have to for a second understand this coming from Spence. And I still owe Spence an ass whipping for ruining the Avengers for me. This motherfucker, the movie come out on Friday. This motherfucker Thursday night gonna get on Facebook talking about, Loki died in the first 30 seconds and the Hulk got his ass whooped. Yo, I swear to God, he know I'm
He
not
didn't
lying.
do that shit. He used to spoil shit for niggas.
To this
And
day,
then-
He
hey,
complaining.
to this
I
day,
used to stop going on his Snapchat because he would like fucking
Yeah,
record
so-
that
so-
shit too as he's in the fucking theater.
Spence knows this. I promised him this years ago. On site, I'm punching him in the chest. Like, listen, how y'all lying, bro? Like, I'm taking this shit in. It's gonna happen. Like, he's like, I'm so stupid for all that. No, bro, on site.
So when I was doing that, it was because it was a point where everybody just felt like we're not allowed to talk about shit. And I would talk about it the first chance I got. People, I don't know what the time limit is where people can start talking about some shit.
But not the day before the movie come out, though, bro.
When somebody watches something, I didn't give a fuck. I didn't give a fuck because I was tired of arguing with people about, well, when are we allowed to talk about the shit? The shit been out a week yet, and just because you haven't prioritized to watch it, nobody can talk about this shit.
Because people like, I have a life.
At least
I gotta
30
talk about the
days.
shit while it's new and fresh. So
Yeah,
that's why I was doing that.
Like, we got to
for a
talk
little
about it,
bit,
what,
'cause
2 months later?
You gotta
It ain't
get
hot
a
no
3 month
more.
trial.
All I'm saying
When I
is,
watch it. Now I've
All I'm saying
I
is-
haven't been doing that shit recently.
With Spence.
all I'm saying is this: put a damn spoiler alert thing and make it so they got to click on it to see it, not just you scrolling down the timeline and you just get this big ass spoiler.
You're like,
Oh,
fuck.
That's like,
and
God
then
damn
at the
it,
same
bro.
time, and at the same time, my shit be paragraphs. My shit be paragraphs.
Nah, that shit wasn't
You gotta
though.
read
And
it.
motherfucker
That
will
shit
still
wasn't
read the
though.
whole paragraph, even though it's a spoiler.
So that's why I do videos.
It be a
That's
whole,
why I do videos when
a
I do
whole
my reviews.
paragraph, and y'all still reading the shit knowing it's a spoiler. Y'all should have stopped at the first sentence.
That
That's my
adventure shit
thing.
is the
That's why-
first sentence,
that's why
bro.
the video-
You said
That's my
you
thing.
said
If you sit
everything
there-
in the one sentence.
Sit there and watch the
Shit, shit,
video,
bro.
then you want it to be spoiled.
I was like, I'm
That's why I
fucking
like
wrong when I
I'm
see
gonna
it,
learn
bro.
something, nigga. Like, nah.
I'm fucking wrong when I see it, bro.
Brandon, what you said?
He said he's doing videos.
That's why I do videos.
Okay.
And I just be like, hey, this is my review or spoiler. Because if you sit there and read it, like, why the fuck you gonna keep reading it? A video, in my opinion, like, why are you gonna keep watching
all that?
You hear him say, "Oh, spoiler!" Oh no,
But then at the beginning of the video, you be like, "Hey, there's spoilers in this, so if you ain't seen it yet, click the fuck off the video."
Yeah, but Brandon usually be saying his review on this, so you know the shit about to be a spoiler. If you click on that bitch and listen to it,
you know what you're there for. You know what you're
Yeah,
there for.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
But you know what trailer I can't fucking stand of all? Wakanda Forever.
I refuse to watch all of it, bro.
I ain't seen
Oh my god, I seen the leaked part of it.
Is there a new trailer?
Hey,
I
I
just-
seen some
The
funny
new
ass
trailer
shit.
give the fucking movie away, dude.
I just saw the shit.
So I seen a picture of Thanos' army and Kang's army. That's all I
man.
see.
Why are you doing
It's
that?
Wakanda. It's Wakanda. I gotta speak.
Come on, man. Why
Gotta
you doing
speak.
that?
That's
Wakanda.
all I'm
you
seeing. And I'm saying
spoiling it.
that's why we don't need trailers. Because I'm
Bro, but the
scrolling
thing
and I
is-
just happen to see that.
I just asked if there's a new trailer on there, and you gonna tell me
There's a trailer.
I didn't want to know that.
You
There's
ain't
a
know
trailer.
You ain't know he was in the movie?
No, man.
Who?
Thanks, man. I
You ain't know
appreciate it.
Kang was in the movie.
God damn, man. I'm gonna turn this shit down.
Ant-Man.
Bro,
Nah,
Wakanda
said it's
forever. See,
possible.
Let me know when
the
y'all done
nigga's not
talking
even
about
in the
it, man.
movie. I ain't even spoil nothing.
Yeah,
The only thing with
he
that
didn't spoil
trailer,
that.
Bro, Kang is not in Wakanda
He's
forever.
he's not in that movie.
Yo, Mike,
That's the wrong movie. That's the wrong trailer.
I don't watch
Completely different
trailers,
trailer.
man. I don't. So like, I knew the God of War's coming out. I saw the little.
But no, we're not talking about God of War, dude. I just want
Man, you about to tell us about God of
No,
War?
no, I'm not. I'm not saying anything. but I'm
He's just
saying
giving an instance. Okay.
No, just
Go
no.
ahead.
The
Go
thing
ahead,
though,
Mark.
the trailer took away a wow factor for me of
Exactly.
Ironheart in her Mark II
Mm-hmm.
and seeing Shuri
Oh,
in her
God.
uniform. As
No, for me, it took
I haven't
away.
even seen that trailer, but now I know.
Like, you literally,
This nigga spoil more. Spoiler alert.
I haven't even
If you're watching
seen the
this,
trailer,
spoiler
and
alert.
now I fucking know.
You don't
Trailer
watch
is out.
trailer, but nigga, let
Yeah,
me
man.
explain this one to you.
All y'all asses
Oh,
gotta
I
do
haven't
is
seen the
not watch the
trailer.
If you go to Target, the
No,
movie
no,
spoiled.
no. I don't go to
Don't
Target.
try to save
I don't
yourself
go to
now.
Target.
Saving me.
Nah, you just real some shit.
You know what now?
You just real some shit.
This is a fucking spoiler.
Hey, but what do y'all think of this? What do y'all think about this? I feel like trailers should only have content
Hey,
that's not
matter of
in.
fact,
That's not in the
Killmonger
movie.
is in
No, but hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. I feel
Killmonger's in
like
Afterlife.
I
That's
feel
why
like
she picked the gold.
I feel like trailers should only have content that's not actually in the movie. Like I
They
really
got
feel,
the
Like a
whole movie.
specialized
I
trailer.
really
Damn,
feel
that's
like the trailer should be like a piece of the movie
exclusive.
that if you don't watch the trailer, you're gonna miss this piece of the movie. Like so you should watch the trailer before you watch the movie type
They
deal.
gave the whole movie away, dude.
Well, no, I should never do that. I'm saying the stuff that's in the trailer, in my opinion, shouldn't even be in the movie. Like it should be like
They gave
to
the
get
whole
you riled up to watch it type deal.
Only
You know what I'm
people
saying?
gonna
Like,
rile up to still watch this shit is me, even though I know what's gonna happen.
no, I mean I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah,
Like, don't
but
get me
it's-
wrong, but
And then
it's
you
not
know
that.
what pissed me off?
It's for me. It's
They done
the
previewed the movie in California, and I gotta wait 2 weeks to watch this shit.
You could have found that on the internet, bro. I promise you could find
Who
it.
wants to do that, bro? We want to see it in the theater, like high quality.
Oh well, I mean,
Nah, like
I don't
real
be
movie goers, bro.
Hey, does anybody feel like going to the movies isn't high quality, man? Like
It depends on the theater,
I
bro.
just feel like theaters be dirty.
It depends on the theater.
But I think everywhere in public.
I feel like COVID ruined theaters.
Nah, see the
I always
theater.
like
It wasn't the mass killing.
I just like the experience. You know what I'm saying? Well, that too.
Crazy.
I feel like COVID ruined
that
theaters
Batman
for me.
movie. I was
The theater we have here, they got the seats that lay back and you know
They serve you
cup
food and
holders
stuff?
and shit. They don't serve food, but it's just real comfortable. So
okay.
I do like the chairs that
but yeah, they lean back, the feet come
No,
up.
then they
Yeah.
got those ones that do the action.
No, that's
vibration.
like
those are the 3D
vibrations
ones.
and stuff.
I actually don't
No,
like
I don't
when
like
they,
those.
they spray water in your face when
Oh my god!
No, it
I hate
doesn't.
that shit.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I hate
not.
that fucking shit.
Absolutely
I
not.
Hey, I
watched
watched John Wick 2 in one of those. And every time he shot someone in the face, I got sprayed in the face. I was like, God damn.
Yeah. That'd
I
piss me
watched,
off.
I hated that shit. I
watched one of the My Hero Academia movies in one of those, but my sister had a defected chair and she tried to stop the vibrations going off and she couldn't. And the whole entire movie, she had to deal with that. That shit, and it was fucking loud as fuck because nobody in our row was even using it. And I was just like, kind of like, I don't like the vibrations because it makes me feel weird. So I didn't use it on mine, but I could feel it on hers because she was right next to me and that shit was loud as
Why didn't she just
fuck.
move?
She could have. I told her she could have because nobody was sitting next to her, but she's young, so she all shy and shit.
She
felt
ain't
like,
do nothing wrong.
yeah, she
Sue?
felt like she was doing something.
Nah, clearly
No,
not.
I
Sue.
wasn't. She was my little sister.
If she calls Sue young, that'd be some weird shit, bro. Like,
That would have been weird.
you are 2 minutes older than her.
I didn't know you had more sisters. My bad.
Yeah, I do. I have a younger sister. I have 2 younger sisters.
I have no sisters.
That would be illegal. But we paid for this one.
Oh, she like
No,
Jasmine.
basically
in
that's
that
basically
episode
what it was.
of
Like,
Boondocks.
well, that's not my chair.
Yeah.
Man, if you don't move your chair, then you know what? Just deal with it. Like, you could go to the chair next to you. Ain't nobody sitting there. Come on. But she was too shy. I would have moved to the next chair.
Bro, all I'm saying is if y'all don't want spoilers, don't watch the trailers. I don't understand y'all, man.
No, I'm the same way. I don't watch trailers.
I don't care about spoilers. I really
Only
don't.
time I see trailers is when I'm at the movie. Like literally. And a lot of times I'll be late on purpose. So I miss the trailers. Like real talk. So I'll come in right as they talking about don't be on your phone and shit. Like I don't even want to see the trailer. I don't even want to see the trailers.
The guy
You got
in
like
the hood trying to
a 10-minute
record.
time frame before the movie actually starts when they start putting shit up.
Yeah.
I like trailers because it's because you know there's the preview
So
and the
what's
trailer.
coming up next?
The preview is like
I'm finding
the quick
out about
version, and then the trailer is an extended version.
Right, you should have the quick looks. Yeah,
But I like them because I like
I do like if it's like a movie I didn't know was coming out or something.
I really enjoy seeing them.
Yeah. If it's something I didn't know was coming out, then I'm like, oh shit, I'll get hyped. You know, like I saw Barbarian the trailer for it, and when I went to go see, not Smile, but something before that. But I saw the trailer for Smile and Barbarian when I went to go see this other movie, and both of those movies were dope. So that was a good look. I wouldn't have known about the movies if I hadn't known. So
yeah. That's how it be. That is why I like to watch trailers in the theaters.
Yeah, in the theaters.
They show you what you don't know. Like, oh shit, I didn't even know that was coming on.
Oh snaps!
Look out for that.
Two things I got. I thought that was very funny how y'all can like literally talk while somebody else is talking. Like
at the same time. I peeped that.
I cannot do that shit, man. Like it just.
No, I was doing it on purpose.
Just,
I know, because I know Brandon does. I know Brandon does it.
And I just want to get one thing out, and then I'm like, I don't know how to end it.
Like, yeah, I'm just.
If people gonna keep going, I'm gonna just get my little thought out, and then I'm done.
They was literally talking at the same time.
Yeah, no, I just kept going.
What's really bad is I heard what he was saying.
Because then it's like once I say it, I ain't really got much else to say. And then
that's why his special was like, "Hey, what did he say, Billy?" I was like, "Oh, he said he wants to." Like, yes, he puts videos. I heard what he said, even though I was talking to someone else. Like, yeah,
it don't bother me at all, man. That shit really bothers me at work though, because I'll be sitting there trying to explain something, and somebody would just come up and start asking me like a long question, like I'm not sitting there fucking talking.
No, that's fucking rude.
Yeah.
No, that's just rude.
So it's a common thing
at work.
Fucking walk up. Do you like
At
cheese,
work.
nigga? What?
Wait.
Where did you come from with this shit?
So you didn't hear me talking just now?
Like I'm
you
literally
just
explaining the entire process to somebody, and it's very delicate. You're talking about what?
With the army, there was a point, because being used to soft and shit, motherfuckers will come up and talk during mid-conversation.
Hey.
And when I was in big army, I used to just cuss motherfuckers out, this and that. And as I've gotten older, I just let it go. Because it's still in me to be like, hey, motherfucker, you see I was just talking. And then
I'm still that way.
I feel like, because I'm at the end, dude. And I'm just like, it's so much shit I had to let go.
I'm here with you, baby.
That nigga sound like he been through the journey at all.
Yeah, I've been through the journey because it's like, this is some shit.
It's true, bro.
These grown men, I really don't think they learned how to be respectful in the first place. Because they do this shit at work now, and they just come up, and I really just be like, hey, motherfucker, I was fucking speaking. So sometimes I just walk up and cut them off, but I don't even like doing that shit. And now I'm just like, you know what? Y'all can have a conversation. I just fucking walk off. Because some people, because my thing, if I'm talking to somebody and the third person comes up, and y'all, if you don't, the second person doesn't like say something, if I don't have to, being like an alpha, I'm like, well, bitch, the conversation's over, because it's like it's not important to any of us.
Right.
And I'm just like, I did some shit I just really had to let the fuck go to pass. Shit, 2 years maybe. Like,
I can see Brandon the other day. I'm tired of shit.
I'm in year 17, bro. But like I'm probably in a different spot though, because no one in the office outranks me.
That's
you know what I'm saying? So don't nobody because of that, don't nobody interrupt me. They don't even think about interrupting me because I'm in charge. You know what I mean? But yeah, I can't even fathom it,
the only time I really flex is during airborne operations.
Because he's jump master. Yeah.
It's a safety and it's
life.
It be in the office, I'm like, you know what? Y'all can have a conversation. I just walk the fuck off.
I'll be in my office.
My bad. I'm like, no, bitch, don't apologize.
It's too late now.
You was rude on purpose.
You consciously did that.
Yeah.
You didn't think it was gonna come up.
Hey, yeah. So whatever y'all talking about, fuck that shit.
They be like, what was we talking about? Like that shit irrelevant now, motherfucker.
I'm the same way, man.
But they had a green pie. What?
I'll be giving like a complete spiel about what's going on, like a little recap and stuff, and then I just hear somebody, Sergeant Calder, and I'm still talking, Sergeant Calder.
Dude, man.
No, they don't keep doing it after you didn't reply. That's that's jacked up. That sounds annoying. I've never.
You gonna talk to me, nigga?
And I've had people out. If I purposely ignore you the first time, I'm not answering you the second time.
Well, see, now that's where. So I have an issue with that, like personally. So like if they do that to me, I'm gonna get all the way army on them. It's not gonna be good. Like, okay, first of all, I know you see me talking, so go ahead and get at the right position while you wait for me. Anyways, when I was talking, you know what I'm saying? Like, you understand for a rest, and I'm gonna find a reason to talk longer than I planned on because you want to be ignorant. Now you got me on my soapbox, so you just gonna have to stay here and listen. And you better not fucking move from that position, or we gonna have a problem. So, like, I'll just go full army if anybody like comes sideways at me from that, you know. But like I said, like that's probably because I'm in charge, though. You know what I'm saying? So it's a different animal.
Nah, this shit wild, man. I be talking to majors and I had like a sergeant first class or captain come up, or there's Sergeant Calder. And then when I finally turn around, hey, let me show you this real quick. It's like, bro, I'm
You know what that reminds me of?
Oh wow, that's wild.
That reminds me of the Stewie Griffin. Mom.
Yeah.
You didn't take the fuck off. No, bro. No.
Mom, look at this.
Don't run from me. Don't run from me. Why are you running? Why are you running? Hell no.
You know, it's funny thinking about it. I don't think I've ever had to deal with that for my kids either. But you know, usually it's your kid who's like constantly, mom. I don't think I've ever had to deal with the.
My son does that. Has done that.
They'll stand there and they'll just stand there. No, they'll just stand there and wait. Yeah.
My son has done that a few times, and I'll be like, "You see me talking, or how about you say excuse me?" And then I just turn around and I just keep talking, and he'll be like, "Excuse me."
Yeah, oh yeah. For
Excuse me, mom. Excuse me, mom. And I'll be like, "Okay, what do you want?"
Yeah, see, my son, he'll walk up and he'll stand there though, like it looks at me like he's just standing there. Let me see me, right?
Hey, my oldest would do that. Dude. Just standing. What you want? Because you said you want something. What you want?
But that's the correct thing to do, man.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Or if
that's that respect, man. You see
anybody innately is gonna feel someone standing there staring at them.
Like burning in the back, like it's burning.
Then it's like, okay, you got my attention. What?
Yeah, like
what's up? Do you need something though? Actually,
now you have allowed me to acknowledge that you're there. Stop what I'm
doing. Like my first son, if I'm at the company for some reason and my first son is talking, I need to talk to him. I'm just gonna stand there. You know what I'm saying? But if like 30 seconds go by and he hasn't addressed me, I'm gonna get closer. I'm gonna make it awkward. You know what I mean? So I'm like real fucking thorough. Like right. And you know I'm bringing it everybody. So I'm like just waiting. Yeah, it's like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, do you need something, Mitch? Yeah, actually I did. So, but yeah, I don't even get that, bro. I don't see how people can just, especially if it ain't important, just interrupt somebody. Like that's just wild.
Like sometimes I understand, it happens, but like
it'd be some goofy
like
shit.
That, you doing something, you just walk up and then just destroy. You don't even interrupt. You just start talking. Like I can't hear two conversations at once. That's something I cannot do, man.
Fuck your conversation.
You know,
when it's completely off topic, like I'm talking about this whole one thing, and then you like, hey, what about the cheese?
We're talking about we like legit talking about work shit, and you coming up talking about some shit you got to do with it.
You like Coke and Pepsi?
I forgot.
I don't drink soda.
What the fuck we was talking about,
man? Like we got an outage right here. All the cell phone towers are down. Hey, so what'd you do this weekend? Like, bro, what the fuck is going on, man?
That's the equivalent of coming here. That's the equivalent of you talking and then someone stepping in between you two and doing this. Like that's how I feel.
Hey, do you see me? I'm talking to you.
Yeah, like that shit will bug the fuck out of me. I'm glad I work by myself. I go into a Zoom room. I share my screen. Welcome to it. Camera.
Duck their head and raise their hand.
Especially that over talking though. Just, talking. Let me finish my fucking sentence. I see you. Like, yeah. That's crazy.
Anybody watch that Bleach?
You got any topics for tonight? I might go watch a movie if we're not really gonna get after it.
What?
I was saying, are we gonna get into anything?
Listening.
Yeah.
Spencer said he ain't got no topics.
No, he don't got no topics. We're just shooting that one shit.
He said he quit topics.
He said,
I'm tired of doing all the fucking work.
I thought we were. I thought we were
earlier, Spence.
I seen it.
Well, I'm surprised y'all don't want to talk about y'all boy.
I thought it'd be on Kanye like after this whole fucking week.
I am so
when y'all talk
good
about him, I'm
talk
like
about that nigga. I promise you, I'm so good.
So I be looking at y'all shit and I don't be reading. I be like, these niggas are really talking about that. All I saw was Kanye West, and I was like, okay. So that's who they're talking about. And then that's
we literally talked about
I can't
that
read
for a
all
whole
that
damn
chat
week.
like
The
that.
whole week,
I
bro.
can't read
Fucking
that
week.
chat
2
like
weeks.
that.
About
Hey.
I'm so Kanye'd out through you guys.
Hey, what's funny? What's funny though is that every single day Marz said he wasn't gonna talk about it no more.
I did, but I had to clarify some shit.
He said, I'm not gonna
Niggas,
entertain
niggas
it.
won't listen.
I'm not gonna entertain it. Yo, but let me tell you this. I'm gonna tell you guys this, and then I'm not gonna say anything else.
Usually Ryan
It just goes on the whole day.
Go ahead,
Oh,
man.
I thought
And it all stems from fucking Jones sending a fucking meme throughout the day, like constant memes.
No,
about
it really
it.
wasn't even him. Really, it wasn't him. That's just how I felt. He wasn't triggering anything. I was already expecting.
If you say so,
He already said that's what he was doing.
Malicious smile.
He already said that's what he was doing, so I already peeped that's what he was on.
The only thing that kills me about that stuff, man, when people they be posting, hey, it's chess, not checkers. It's like, man, what the fuck are you talking about?
Explain yourself.
I don't understand nothing that's going on. So I never
honestly, like I think I said this. This is the last thing I said about it. To be honest, is that I just think it's crazy how we put so much focus on what this dude is or isn't doing, is or isn't saying. Meanwhile, we can have super huge influences in our culture that are extremely negative, and we just ignore them.
That's something I thought about. I'm glad you said something about that. I was gonna ask you guys. This is a hypothetical. Hopefully, it could become a reality, but this is just a hypothetical. Because I was thinking, like, if I back in that time, or if in this time, what would a modern day Black Wall Street look like? And if you had the chance to contribute something, what would you contribute?
I don't. So I think there's a baseline disconnect, because I don't know that we need a Black Wall Street.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying if
no, but that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I don't know that I would care, because I don't know that we need a separate thing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we need more what's the word I'm looking for? We need more of a presence in what we currently have, instead of just trying to create new things. Because every time we try to create new things, it can be attacked as a Black thing. You feel me? Like, I would much rather us, regardless of what field we're talking about, I feel like it's a much more lucrative, or much more it would be much smarter to get more involved in those fields instead of not, like in the fields that currently exist, instead of trying to create our own all the time. Because I think ultimately the goal should be equality, not separation. And that's really how I look at it. So that's why I said when Marz was talking about as long as we're talking about Black guys or Black people on top, I was like, I don't know that most people agree with that necessarily. I don't know that we need one group of rich people to switch out with another group of rich people. I think it's more that we just need equality. Like, I think that's ultimately what it is. Now, equal is not necessarily that you have the same stuff, because we don't have the same opportunity, or we didn't have the same opportunity in the past. So like your family, you know, as Black people coming from the slave trade, your family didn't have the same opportunity historically to set up the next generation, right? So just because you have a white guy has, you know, $100,000 and a Black guy has $100,000, it's not necessarily equal, because that white person might have a family who set it up to where they have ways to making that 100,000, right, where it can last longer. It's not just so that's where there's like, what is actually equal is a question that really needs to be answered, because it takes more to get, like, we're starting behind the starting line. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, or they have a head start, whichever way you want to look at it. So,
probably
like,
both.
100 is not 100. Like 100 to us is not 100 to them. It's not the same. Maybe 80 to them is more equal to 100 to us, or whatever, right? But we have to figure out what that is and kind of go from there. That's just my opinion on it. And I know that's like a lot, you know.
No. That makes understandable
black
sense.
people on top isn't saying that we're shitting on other races. It's us elevating from where we are
to being on top.
Yeah, on top doesn't mean that other races have to suffer or have to be in
It means beneath us,
a
though.
negative position. I
It
mean,
means beneath. Like if one is on top,
okay,
everything else is beneath. Like there's no like getting around that part.
okay, so there isn't any type of that underneath is going to exist regardless. Is going to exist. There is no equality because there won't be. There's nothing set up for there to be any equality.
But that's the question. Like that's not the question. That's the problem.
Right. But
so
okay,
like how do we come to a solution to that is the real
to fix that as ourselves.
I guess
we definitely have to do more sticking together than being separate from each other.
So let me ask you this: if 50%, I think it's like 60%, but let's take 50 for easy count numbers. If 50% of we're just talking the U.S. If 50% of the U.S. is 50% of the U.S. is white people, and 12% or 13% is black people, and our goal is to get on top, then that means that we would have to convince the majority to be willing to be beneath us. You get what I'm saying? Now, they might be willing to fight for equality, but they are still the majority. You get what I'm saying? So to get them to agree to be beneath us is a lot harder and a lot more unrealistic of a goal than getting them to agree to be equal with us. You get what I'm saying? And I think that is where the vernacular has to change.
Okay, so instead of on top, because it's not on top of everyone, what I'm saying is on top of basically the hill that we on. Like we stay trying to get up this hill, and like Spencer said, I do agree we do have the crabs in the bucket mentality.
I do too.
As far as the Kanye part, I'm not going to apply that to there because there's different things going on. But in general, we do have that mentality.
I agree.
Where we don't want to see each other do better. And that's a problem. And that's why I keep saying we have to first stick together and also educate the youth on how to stick together.
But that's not a black problem. That's a poor problem. Like most low income people, regardless of race, have the crabs in a barrel mentality. Like that's just the reality of it.
Is it just them though? Because I've seen
poor people,
people
no, we're talking about
carry the same type of mentality with other rich people.
Not really.
I mean, other poor people. Like I've seen it. What do you mean? The
crab in the barrel mentality is that Spence and I are both at the bottom, and he's trying to get out. And instead of trying to help him get out, I'm gonna pull him down and try to use him to get up. And then because of that, neither one of us is actually going to get out of the situation. Like that's the mentality. Rich people are already out of the bucket.
So you
know what I'm saying? They're already out the barrel
in the literal sense, but in the figurative sense, I'm saying
no. That's
do that to each other because it's
they're already rich.
We're on the same level. I'm rich, you're rich, and I'm trying to shit on you.
No, but that doesn't make sense because they're already rich. Like if I'm rich and you're rich,
seen no rich nigga.
No. I'm saying that
another rich nigga.
They can hate on him, but if you hate on me, but I'm rich, I'm still rich. Like we just don't do business together.
Yeah, I get
you know what I'm saying? So neither one of us are at the bottom of the barrel. We're not in the bottom of the barrel. We're out of the barrel altogether. Yeah. Like that's what I'm saying. Like in that scenario, we're rich. We just don't fuck with each other. Like you know what I'm saying? But when poor people need to help each other to get out of the barrel is the idea. And that's really where the problem comes in because
we don't like to see another black person do better than us.
We don't like to see anybody do better.
Praise that and then follow that same trend.
Right. We don't like to see anyone do better than us.
So much animosity and anger behind it. But it's something about seeing someone like that looks like us do better than us that makes us mad. And I don't understand why that's such a prevalent thing amongst us when we have to stick together more than any other race because we are the most disconnected.
So from an economist point of view, right, there is this study, right? If you took $100 and you said, hey, I'm going to give Marz $100 and Mark is Marz's partner. If Marz has to offer Mark some of the $100 and Mark has to accept it or neither one of you get the money, right? So how much money would you offer Mark out of that 100?
If what?
So I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna give you $100, but you have to give Mark some of it. Mark knows. Right? It's not a math question. So how much of
asking a nigga a word problem?
How much of the $100? How much of the $100 would you offer Mark in order for both of you to get that money?
Half. Why not?
Half, sure. So now let's switch it. Mark, if he offered you $1 and he was going to keep the 99, would you say yes or no?
He was gonna keep the 99.
Yep.
No, I wouldn't be with it.
Now, here's the thing: rich people will take the $1. Right? Because it's because you still have $1 more than you would have had otherwise, right?
Right.
That's the rich people mentality.
Right.
Middle income and lower mentality is fuck that. He's getting 99. Why the fuck would I only get $1? Right. So then what ends up happening is not only does he not get the $1, you don't get the 99. Crabs in a barrel. Right. And it was proven that poor people or rich people were a lot more likely to take the $1. And poor people were a lot more likely to say "fuck you."
That makes sense. Yeah.
There's a thing by Bill Gates. Yeah. There was a statement by Bill Gates, and it was funny because he was on an interview, and I think it was on television, and he told the lady, she was like, "How do you, make your decisions or whatever? What motivates you?" And he gave her a blank check. He said, "Write how much you want on it." No, I don't need your money.
I remember that. I remember that.
He's like, that's the difference. You could have been the richest fucking news reporter,
and you wrote $100 or 10,000 or
that you saying you don't need or whatever, and you miss an opportunity to become the richest.
It's a mindset. But it's real talk though. It's real talk.
The balance is
you can put whatever you want, nigga. What? Give me a couple
nigga tell you can put whatever you want in cash.
Hey, I'm writing at least 10 million. Right? There you go. Like,
how much is it?
You said anything.
But that's the thing, though. I would have. But the thing about it is, he says, I look at everything as an opportunity. I'm not too good to take an opportunity. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that whole situation that we just did with you and Mark, that is the mentality of most of our people. So really, like, most people would rather have nothing than take the $1 if they know that someone else is getting 99.
More than
even though the $1 is right?
They didn't start off to begin with.
Expand that, right? Go ahead.
To get to that point, I got a couple of points. So hear me out. So to get to that point where you were saying, that's like the music industry and how people are essentially getting played out of their money. Yes, they have a record deal. Yes, they have that recognition, but financially wise, they're not getting paid as much as they feel like they are entitled or what they're worth. And then something else I was going to say too is I feel like, taking the race out of it, man, they're just tiers to different people. At the end of the day, there's going to be somebody on top, man. Like,
it's usually money wise. Yeah.
There's not going to, I understand, like, people, like, yes, everyone wants to, I'm just a person that wants to thrive. You got somebody like K West, he wants to be powerful, man. He got the money. So he wants to stay up top no matter what.
I literally did not know he was meant by K West until I put it together. I was like, K West. I
don't like saying this.
Kanye.
I get
like
upset,
a fucking
man.
curse.
I don't like,
Shark Bay.
But you know what? I think that a lot of stuff surrounding him is very, people they cherry pick what they want to talk about, what he says. Like, because they don't talk about the fact that he wants to build another Oklahoma, Black Wall Street. He wants to build that. He said he'll finance it. Right. Nobody, that doesn't get mentioned. He said that in that Drink Champs. He said it. I want to build my own city. I want to make it where everything is, but people heard the little bit. He said very little about.
Set him up.
Let me see it.
No, hold on. Watch it.
Let me see it.
No, but he's also.
I'm saying. Let me see what you saying.
But here's the other, and this was my point last week, Marz, and we never got to it because we were just going back and forth. But my point was, he proved what he was willing to do when he took the families of Breonna Taylor and Floyd, and all. He took all those families and he donated $2 million to all of them. He split it up evenly,
Right.
and he gave Floyd's daughter a scholarship. So what I'm saying is that action speaks louder than any words he could say, good or bad. That's what I was trying to say. So I'm like, this is what I'm saying. That's $2 million. Now I want you to think for a second. Let's take a cheap state. A cheap state like Alabama, Mississippi, something like that, right? And if you go to a state like that and you buy, I don't know, 300 acres, that might cost you a cool meal, right? To buy like 300 acres in Alabama, it might cost you a meal. And then with those 300 acres, I don't know where y'all live, but most likely your house is on either a quarter acre or less, or a half acre or less. You get what I'm saying? So with 300 acres, you could effectively build an entire city easily. You get what I'm saying? And you could build the whole city with $2 million, because the average house in Alabama to build will run you about $100,000. So you're talking about now you might not get a whole city, but you're gonna get a decent neighborhood with $2 million. If he's willing to donate $2 million to a couple of families, $10 million, he could build a city. And he's saying he's willing to do this, not just willing, wants to do this, but we're too busy trying to cancel him to even hear that. And that's what I'm saying. Let me see it. How can he let you see it?
No, I'm saying time has to go on.
But nobody even listens to anything. Anything that he tries to do, though, but anything he tries to do is immediately shot down by big media and by Black people. So that's where it's like, how can he do it and it be worth a damn without people calling him crazy? Because that is something he actually said during the podcast, and nobody's talking about it. Yeah,
because people didn't. It's a long. Them Drink Champs be like.
It's 3 hours.
It was like 3 hours and 15 minutes or something.
They be 3 hours minimum.
And people pointed out like 20 minutes of it.
Kanye said so much in that fucking interview, and people just seen a little clip that they heard somebody else talk about, and they ran off with that. He said so much, and I don't believe people listen to the whole thing because y'all are stuck on this one little piece. Bro, but he said so much more in that shit.
It's just water.
So much more
It's water, bro.
People ain't listening to
that shit huge, the jug.
Let me bring something else up, like a subject, all right, similar to that. So I'm pretty sure some of us know who Charleston White is.
Yeah.
And pretty much how he be shitting on people. And like most of the stuff he be right. You know, no doubt about that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so all right, but at the same time, he said some shit along the lines of going and finding a white woman to rape. He said that, man.
And that's the wrong answer.
All right, so that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying about the
but that's not the same though, bro. Kanye hasn't said anything like that though.
Man, let me finish. That's like people saying like you are the best for the Black future, right? But the only quirk that you have is you like to give young girls back rubs.
But
I took the. What I'm saying is, I cannot dismiss the negative shit.
Right, but this is the thing, Mark, and this is real talk.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but hold on. This is the real thing. People keep making these fantastical examples of how people would defend Kanye instead of using the stuff he's actually done and said. Like, because you know what? He didn't say nothing about raping nobody. He didn't say nothing about rubbing little girls. So I'm like, why do you have to use those examples if what he has done is so crazy? If what he has said is so wild, use an example of what he's actually done or said.
What he's actually done, he wore, the MAGA representation.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So now, quick. I'm a devil's advocate. We gotta go case by case because I got. So I'm a devil's advocate so we can hear the other side of the argument, right? Mm-hmm. So the MAGA thing. Every rapper, including Kanye West, had Trump in their music before he ran for president. Mm-hmm. All of them. Yeah. They talked about how they hang out with Trump, Cristal. Every rapper used Cristal before, Trump. Right? Yeah. All of them did. And then the moment that he was running for president and the left started saying he was racist, everybody act like they don't know who Trump is. Everybody act like they're not cool with him anymore. Kanye West, and this is whatever. It might be autism. I don't know. But Kanye West, after seeing that, was like, he was my friend before. I don't just disown my friend because the media doesn't like him. He was like, he was my friend before.
But
So
bro,
I'm no. Hold on. Hear what I'm saying. He's saying I'm loyal to my friends. Now I have friends, and you guys do. Well, Mark does for sure. Has friends who are Trump supporters. 100%. You know how I know that? Because he's in the army, and most of the army are on the right. Like, that is just the reality of it. So I guarantee you have people that you are okay with that are Trump supporters. You didn't disown them. You didn't refuse to work with them in the army because they voted for Trump. Like, you know what I'm saying? But we expect Kanye to just disown Trump simply because the left side, which is the black side, the left side is just like, fuck Trump, he's racist, boom, boom, boom. And Kanye was like, no, he was my friend before, he's going to be my friend now. I didn't disown everybody I know who just voted for Trump or started posting stuff. So, yeah. I'm like, yo, I think you're an idiot, but you still my boy. You know what I'm saying? So
I think
niggas got mad because they did not want him to represent the country as the person he was. That's why. It's not like, oh, we forgot who Donald Trump is, so now we're mad he wants to be president.
No. See, but
this nigga don't need to be president.
But that's called being two-faced, bro.
It's not two-faced, man. So,
but you're talking about the rappers who put them in their music.
I'm saying that you said, no, let me answer. If you're cool with fucking around with this person and hanging out with them, why would you not be cool with the other thing? Like either you're cool with a person or you're not. If you think that they're
about those specific people, though.
Or not, that's everybody. Like, that's
okay. Just because a rapper put Donald Trump in his music doesn't mean every single black person who heard it was like,
I'm not talking about it. No. What I'm saying is that they show that they're two-faced because the moment the large culture, the large media was not cool with Trump, all of them just disowned him. They showed that they're two-faced. Like, that's what that is. I'm not just going to disown Spence because y'all don't like him all of a sudden. You know what I'm saying? What if I'm actually boys with him? You know, so like, for me, I don't have an issue with Kanye saying, no, that was my boy before, he's still my boy now. I'm not going to disown him just because y'all don't like him. And that's what that is.
I feel like this is
like that we give a fuck about them putting him in the music. Like, who?
I feel like this could be one of those things where if you're listening, because we don't know Kanye at all,
right?
Personally,
right?
So if you're listening to him talk, it's okay to agree with some of the things he says and disagree with some of the things he says.
I agree.
Exactly. I'm not internalizing none of the shit he's saying.
Exactly.
I have no personal attachment to him.
Exactly.
Now that was my brother, and I'm like, bro, you kind of tripping, you know what I'm saying? But
right.
This is a stranger, ultimately.
But you still wouldn't disown your brother either.
No, I would never know.
And that's the thing.
But that's what I'm saying. I would tell him, bro. I don't know where you was coming from with that.
And I agree with that.
And that's what I said. Is niggas need to check that bullshit. That's all I'm saying.
But
nobody is checking him because we're saying
who is nobody? Who is nobody?
No, when I say nobody, I'm saying nobody who's close to him who can actually talk.
How do you know that though? You're assuming that nobody checked him.
How the hell you gonna say who is saying what around?
So he was on an interview in Drink Champs with himself. And you're saying that nobody is checking him. Like, how do you know he didn't get off of Drink Champs in a meeting? First of all, nobody checked him in the damn pod.
Yeah,
he actually checks him like later. Later in the pod, he checks him like hour number 2 or so. He actually brings it back up and says, "You can't really fuck with what you was talking about with Floyd." Like, he actually does check him. No, you don't remember because most people didn't see it. Most people saw that little clip. Most people saw that little clip and then just ran with it, bro. And Nori said himself, "Yeah, I did check him later, but I probably should have done it sooner." But Nori did check him. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
like, you hear that shit right there, and you let it fly.
He did it a couple times. Like, he slowed the pace down. It was like, "Yo, I know what you're saying, but listen to what I'm saying." Nori did do that.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
You know, but they're like, nobody's checking him. Like, that's why I'm like, the narrative.
Well, let me ask this question.
Go ahead.
And we're all people, so this isn't a male or female thing. But if you guys are really passionate about something, even if outside, let's say someone outside of your friends
making beats.
This nigga. Someone outside of your friends, are you going to allow someone you don't know as a grown man or woman to check you on something that you feel passionate about?
If they're my friends or if they're not.
Outside.
No, and that's what I was saying. Who is not checking her? Yeah.
So I cannot expect the world to check Kanye because the Kanye's not in the world's not in Kanye's inner circle. Now, as you saying a friend, if I didn't see the whole interview. I didn't see any of the interview, honestly. I just saw like, someone, whatever, but it's just coming from a person individual standpoint. No one can check a grown ass man.
Right, so Nori,
people express their opinions. People express their opinions on the internet.
Right,
say how they feel.
But Marz,
so what I'm saying is, no one is saying,
no one.
He's wilding with that shit. I get what he's saying, but they're
saying. Why are you saying
I'm
no?
I'm standing with this nigga no matter what.
Some people are.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have your.
So when you following a nigga without questioning anything,
I haven't seen anybody say that.
That's what I'm having a problem.
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anybody say that.
You haven't seen nobody say I'm following Kanye without questioning everything he says. You haven't seen nobody. Yeah, you haven't seen that.
How nobody you gonna tell me
I'm following Kanye.
Show me. Go take a screenshot. Show me.
It's comments and posts.
Niggas have already said,
Go take a screenshot and show us.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
He ain't seen that shit.
So this
guy
I guess I have, bro.
No,
go ahead,
that literally
Marz, you ain't gotta argue.
I'm not arguing.
Go get Marz.
I'm not arguing with this
nigga. Marz, go get a screenshot and show us.
Fall apart, man.
Yeah, you haven't seen a nigga say I agree with
everything.
Hold up. Jump in, man.
Hold up, Spence.
Let somebody else jump in.
All right, so Marz, go find the screenshot. Mark, go ahead.
If I see it, I will. But
Mark, go ahead.
So this is what I'm saying.
I'm good.
Go back to
We're never getting
because
that
I'm not arguing with this.
Bro, stop talking so hard to talk. That's what I was saying. Just find the screenshot. Go ahead, Mark.
All right. What I was trying to say is based on what you were saying about Trump and being the two-face or loyal, however you want to represent it. Trump was probably a different person at that time. And if he wasn't, either we didn't know about it and he didn't know about it, or he did know about it and decided to still rock with it, man.
He didn't care.
That doesn't make it right. So that's
I can agree with that.
So same thing, man. And same thing. So same thing what Ben said. It's like you can't check this guy that you don't know. Shit, obviously the world did, man, because when you start fucking with that money, all right. He got dropped, man.
That's not why.
That's
not why.
Is a part of the start.
That's not why. That's not why.
Public opinion does curb the
bro. That is not why, bro.
Say my little piece for y'all start going ham with this shit. So again, man, like, yeah, me and Jones have been rocking together for a while, man. But if he starts saying like some completely off the wall, like just disrespectful shit that I don't agree with, man.
Jones,
like he go Uncle Ruckus and shit.
I'm not with it, man. Like my loyalty is not that deep. My loyalty is that we have like great things in common, man. Once we stop having that in common, we are no longer friends.
But that means you're more like associates and not friends. Okay. I'll give you a real good example. My best friend Brian, right? He's actually a Marine warrant officer, like. Just so happens to be. We've been friends since middle school, right? If that man went on a murder rampage and shot up everything, he would still be my friend. I would still write him in jail. I would still check up on him. I don't agree with anything he did. I'm not saying he shouldn't be locked up. Bro, my uncle was in prison for murder for most of my life. He's out and about now. But for most of my life, he was in prison for murder. You know what I'm saying? So he's not my uncle no more? No, that's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? Do I agree with what he's saying? Do I agree with what he did? No. If he murdered people, he need to go to prison. I'm not arguing that at all. What I am saying is that I'm still his boy. I'm still going to check up on him. I'll write him a letter in prison or give him a call or whatever because I'm loyal to my friends. Now, what you just described are associates. Now, if I have associates who I'm cool with, but you do some off the wall shit, hey, bro, we good. You know what I'm saying? That's not really my friend then. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's just somebody I know who I'm okay with, but if they ever cross a line, then I got this on them. That means they're not really my friend. I only got about 5 friends. and I'm 40. I only got about 5 people that are like, look, regardless of what happened, I got you back. There's only about 5 of them. You know what I'm saying? So I'm being real. So like, now, riddle me this real quick. If you were a billionaire, how many people do you think you would be able to call your friend? Like, I really think about that for a second. Like, how many people do you think Kanye knows that actually have his best interest in mind?
Maybe one person.
And not his money.
And
Maybe
not his
one
money.
person.
Now,
Maybe.
but maybe, and I don't know because I'm not Kanye. I already told y'all I couldn't fuck with Trump because of what he said about grabbing girls by the pussy. I can't be okay with that having a daughter. So I don't agree with Trump. Like, I also don't agree with some of the stuff Kanye said. But what I am saying is that if he considers Trump a good friend and he's loyal to his friend, I don't have beef with that. Just like I don't have beef with my uncle voting for Trump. Like, I just fucking debate him every fucking time we see each other. But I'm not gonna, he's just not my uncle no more because you still rock with Trump. That's the wrong answer to me. And like we're basically like, and I see this a lot more from liberals, to be honest, is that if you disagree with our point of view, we have to disown you and cancel you. Right? That seems to be
I never said cancel though.
Well, you really,
I never said cancel.
You might not have said the word cancel.
That's why I say.
But you said a lot of synonyms with cancel.
What I'm saying is, you got to collect yourselves. When I say we need to take accountability for ourselves and each other, that's what I mean, bruh. Like, if we see one of us on TV talking crazy, we need to, you wilding with that. Come on, son.
But so many people did do that. That's why I really like, what are you talking? So many people have come at Kanye's neck. And here's the reality. The reason he's starting to lose money is because during that same Drink Champs, he came at the rich people. Like, that's the reality of it. He came out
exposing. She started pointing out.
He started and
really wasn't paying attention to.
And he flat out said during the Drink Champs, at your Drink Champs, I don't know that you're going to be able to post this video because such and such wasn't able to, because the people who own your business are Jewish.
Right.
They're going to take offense to what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
Like, and then he said it. Like, there has to come a point where you say, that motherfucker is great for saying that shit.
But that's not new information, though, bro.
Like
it's not new information.
Like
We
they
matter,
said
man.
when he said
It is new. It was new. He said a lot.
It was new for people who didn't know.
Yeah. It was a lot.
when he was
People
saying that
didn't
slavery
need
was
to
a
know if
choice,
they didn't know
they ain't give a
already.
fuck. Nobody
Nigga,
canceled
Marz-
him when he was
Marz
talking about
didn't even
slavery
watch
was a
the
choice.
interview.
Who didn't give? That's what I'm saying, man. Like,
No, I'm talking about all them businesses that dropped him when he was talking down on black people. Slavery was a choice. They didn't give a fuck.
They didn't drop him in.
Yeah.
They only care about society mentions rich people.
Get that,
To
but
be-
that's
to be
still
fair,
doesn't take
Adidas-
away from if you have a plan to do
Hey,
Still there,
something.
Brandon.
Brandon.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
We talking Kanye now.
With,
Hey,
with the
real
whole
talk,
Adidas
bro.
thing,
Bro.
I want to try to talk.
Can't
I
do
want to
this,
try to
man.
talk about.
I tried.
the whole Adidas
Jones
thing.
Hey, the thing that
when
that nigga
I'm not saying
Kanye,
nothing
bro,
else
don't
about
say
Kanye.
oh, man, you say that every day. You's a lying ass. Hey,
No,
the thing
because-
here we are.
Really?
Keep going.
Because honestly, for
So,
real,
like-
it's
Keep
draining
going. You just started to say you
this
weren't
shit.
gonna say that, so then you keep going.
No, it's really draining about talking about this shit because it's just an endless argument.
I'm gonna say it really wouldn't be if people were actually like hear
And it
what's being
is because
said.
everyone's going to believe what they want to believe, and no one
And
can
that's
control
that's
that.
fine.
And that is fine. That's what I'm
Yes,
saying.
I'm actually of the mind that if you have valid points, you can change my mind. Like, real talk. Like,
Possibly right.
Now, here's the thing, because I went into that Kanye.
That's a lot of arguing.
I went into that. Well, you've been arguing all week. Now all of a sudden it's a lot. Now, when I went into that podcast, I was not sure what I was going to see. All I heard really is what you was yelling about, and that was such a minimal part of that podcast that I was like, "What?" But one thing that he said that definitely was like a nugget, and that stuck with me is he said, "When I said George Bush didn't care about black people, people said I was crazy, right?" And that was because of Katrina. And he's like, "But then if I go with Trump is my friend, I'm going to stick with him. People say I'm crazy and I lost my mind." So basically, regardless of which side of the argument I'm on, people ain't going to be happy. I'm not going to please everybody regardless. So here's what I'm trying to do. And then he went on a long tangent about what he would like to do. You know what I'm saying?
But we're not trying. I'm not trying to hear all that because it's just like what Jones said, man. Maybe mainstream or big stream, no one cared about when he was talking about slavery was a choice. But
what did he say though?
For the little people that got him to where he was, buying his shit and supporting his shit, and then you turn around and say something like that, and you are still supporting him. It's very questionable, man.
What did he
explain shit?
What did he say? What did he say though? When it comes to slavery as a choice, what did he say?
He said, "Okay, I understand." He was saying you could either be a slave or you could fight and not be a slave.
No, that's not what he was saying.
What do you
mean?
That's
that is not what he was saying.
He was saying.
No, it wasn't. He wasn't talking about slavery in 400 years ago. He was talking about today, and he said it. He said that you like slavery is a mindset.
Slavery is a choice. Slavery was a choice.
No. They got into this conversation when he was talking to Van Latham and whatnot.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of that conversation, he hugged Van Latham. He was like, "It's not what you think it is." What I'm trying to say is, and this is regardless, I think Kanye's a little crazy too. Like, so don't have me sitting here sounding like I'm just defending him. But what he actually said was, no, it's like, no, I said at the start, I'm gonna play devil's advocate, right? So like what he actually said was slavery today is a mindset. We keep talking about racism and slavery, and we won't allow ourselves to get out of that mindset. That's what he said he meant. When you talked about the White Lives Matter shit, he said that was a shot at white people, but black people took offense to it because they thought he was shitting on Black Lives Matter. He was saying, no, seeing that y'all seem to like white lives have always mattered. Everybody knows that. But seeing as y'all seem to not get it, I'm gonna wear this t-shirt to roast you. But did you see what the front of the t-shirt said? That he actually wore that as a roast to the people who want to hear that shit. But once again, people don't pay attention to everything. They see their little bit and they just run with it. And that was his whole point.
Let me say this one little thing, man.
Write a book, Kanye.
Let me say this one little thing. I'm done with it. If I ever say something off the wall that
cancel you,
that can barely be explained, hey, do not stick up for me, man.
I don't want to stick up.
Don't do it, man. Don't try to make a decision.
Get rid of me.
Hey, I meant what I said,
man. I want to stick up for you. I would ask you to explain it.
Don't even explain. Don't explain that shit, man. Let that shit.
That's
rock.
Context matters, bro.
That makes
context matters,
context
bro.
does matter. That's exactly why niggas been debating Kanye because context does matter.
No bullshit. People been blaming Kanye without context.
Context if they watched it.
They didn't watch it, bro. Like
let's jump, man. We already agree to disagree, man. We not gonna with this. Let's jump subjects.
So as far as what Mitch said about being friends with somebody and him doing something, them doing something and still being friends, for me, it's case by case.
Right.
Because pedophilia is a no.
It's like
I would agree.
If you were to do, I'd be like, nigga, nah.
I can't fuck with you no more.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not like, oh, you did this and I can still be your friend because we was always friends. It's just case by case. If certain shit. I find out you like raping little girls and that's what you
100%.
like
I agree.
Nah,
100%.
So
you just said your best friend can.
I literally just said I agree, and he gave an example that I could agree to. What are you talking about?
Bro, you said
I literally just said I agree. I said if my friend murders a bunch of people.
Don't be doing that. Let me
no,
talk.
Yeah, he want to talk. You're trying to take what I said out of context.
Take out of context. Then you aren't you the one that said you've been rocking with someone since what, the 4th grade?
Okay.
All right, 4th grade.
I'm sure everybody got friends. Yeah.
This dude can have a 249 and just letting that shit spray.
I said if he murdered a bunch of people, I probably that's different than raping a bunch of little girls. It's a different crime.
Keep fighting, Mark.
I can't fight this, man. This shit's
right. Like I'm saying, no, I said I agree with Spence that it's
what if he murdered a child or children?
No, wait, no.
That's a different animal. I said it's a case by case. So what part are y'all not understanding?
Got it. So your friend can murder anybody and everybody, and
I don't know them.
That's one of the cases that
I just had a question because he said murder, and then we're talking about kids. So
I also stated that my uncle was in prison for murder most of my life. He murdered another dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about he raped some little kid or whatever. That's a different animal. It's context.
I don't know what your uncle did, man.
I just told you he murdered another dude.
Your hypothetical answer.
It wasn't. I told you that.
It's not real. It's not real. So we can jump subjects too, man. I'm not even going to jump into that, man.
No, that's. I said it's case by case.
Don't back down.
My case. Got it. Got it. So let me jump back to what we was talking about.
Battle on the ball head.
I want to jump back to what Brandon was saying because it finally flipped back in my mind. So I was watching. I watched the Woman King in the theaters when it first came out. And what I thought was just so bizarre. It wasn't bizarre, but it just took me by surprise.
About to talk about the movie?
I'm not talking about the movie at all.
We're not talking about that.
Hey, Thanos is in it. All right. So what he was when I was watching the previews, they showed like this preview of like a comedy between like two men. Being I guess boyfriends in the future, and they just what kind of caught me off guard was like they were just treating like not necessarily normal, but like, hey, this is the best comedy I've seen ever. It's like, bro, how could y'all even say that when the movie's not even out yet?
Oh, the preview for that one movie.
Yeah, man, that shit just it caught me. I wasn't expecting it.
I saw the preview on TV, and I was like,
who saw the movie? Who saw the movie that said it was the best movie?
That's what they were saying.
He's talking about a preview.
Critics are raving.
Oh, critics are.
They gonna always say that.
Right. You always go against the critics. Critics do watch the movie. Critics watch the movie early.
Everything that they say about everything. Every movie comes out. Guess what? It's
Ebert and Robert.
Y'all are dodging what he's trying to say.
Critics watch the movie before it comes out.
It was about a preview of the movie. I don't know the name of it.
It ain't even out yet.
It's the gay dudes.
So it's a gay movie.
And they're trying to.
It's the best movie ever.
As a comedy, but it's really just gay dudes.
A gay movie.
It's a gay movie.
With some funny stuff in it.
Yeah, and they're trying to.
So
you've seen the movie?
I'm not.
No, it's a preview.
It's a
the movie
preview. It ain't
not
out
out
yet.
It's a preview.
But how do you know if it's funny?
Gay niggas can't be funny,
They
bro?
play these previews during live sports.
But how do you know if it's funny?
That's what they said. Whoever they is. That's how they're pitching
comedy,
the
I
movie.
guess.
Yeah, I mean,
I get your angle.
No, they might have watched it.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just
The
said,
movie's not out.
The critics see movies early.
Guess
like
what
they
else
always
they
do.
now? Guess what they say now? God of War. But people have already played it, so the day before they're gonna have their review. People watch and play these stuff before release.
Yeah,
people have seen it already.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you talking about?
What the fuck did this nigga
coop off the gut?
Hey, I'm with it.
Yo, how'd you fit your hair in that mask, bro?
Hey, it's like 3 days. That nigga early.
I'm
with
with
the
it.
back out. You don't got no neck in the back.
You ain't got no neck in the back.
This nigga really rocking with a knife.
Hey, do the Millie Rock. Hey, do the Millie Rock.
Oh, there it is. I was about to say, you know what?
Nigga, that was Jody.
Hey, Mike is in the house with you, my guy.
That went in Coop. So who wins? Coop? I mean, not Coop. Michael Myers or Jason?
Jason.
Easy.
Yeah, Jason.
Have you seen the new Halloween? If you seen the new
Y'all
Halloween,
see how strong
bro,
Michael
Jason.
Myers is, man?
No. If you seen the
No, but Michael Myers is a dude, though. Michael Myers is a normal guy, though.
Jason is super.
Jason punched somebody's face. Oh, hell.
Jason's like a whole monster.
Yeah, he really is.
Jody, get off the camera, bro.
Like that nigga, what Jason X? Didn't they go to the moon or some shit like that?
They were in space, yeah.
Well, that mask look hot, boy.
That
mask look hot, boy.
I'm sweating.
Yeah, right.
Oh, janitor looking ass nigga.
That nigga got all that.
That was Jason X, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
they went to space. Yeah,
that's one of the masks that if you got bad breath, you gonna smell it.
Did anybody see
Michael
the most
Myers ain't
recent Halloween?
stopping, man.
No, Michael Myers, Jason, but we're not talking about regular people. We're talking about Jason. Jason breaks him in half.
Jason versus Michael Myers. Michael Myers a human.
He's human though.
Hey, who's that? Coop that ass? Who asked that? About that Halloween?
I couldn't hear it.
Me, nigga, me. Mims, yo. Mims.
I don't want to talk about it, man.
I heard a lot of people say.
Hey, no. I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it yet.
I'm not.
I haven't seen it yet. I'm not talking about it.
Did you watch that
review? I ain't seen it yet.
No, I'm saying if you
Y'all tell me when you're done. I ain't listening to this shit.
It confirmed what Mitch said.
I ain't seen the new Halloween yet.
Nigga don't even want to be agreed.
Oh, y'all want to talk
what
about
kind
that
of shit
one?
Is this?
What Halloween Ends?
Yeah.
One of the worst movies
yo,
ever.
I feel like it was probably some bullshit.
Jason
It's the
end.
girl.
About that.
It's
all right, I'm gonna go watch the movie. I'll highlight y'all later.
It's Jamie Lee Curtis being.
I ain't even seen it.
It's just something
It's
to
the
watch,
worst
man.
movie ever.
That's all I can say about it. It ain't.
It's terrible.
Like,
It's not good.
So good.
It's not a good ending.
It's disrespectful. That's what it is.
Damn.
It is disrespectful.
I don't need
It's
to see
beyond
it.
disrespectful.
I'm good.
That's it.
I might watch it at some point, maybe.
You know, because the last time we was on before I went out of town, I got off to watch the movie, and then
I remember that.
I was just regretting it ever since.
All I'll say about Michael Myers, man, this dude walked through doors, like breaking down doors at normal walking speed, man.
They
That's
played
not
my boy.
strong.
I can't even.
I don't know
played
what
him.
it
Tell
is.
you. I can't. Without ruining it, bro. I can't even tell you why none of that shit matter, bro.
And then the last movie, what
Jason
was the other
bodying
one?
the fuck out of it.
Halloween Kills. What was the other one?
Yeah.
He was a fucking super villain, dude.
Yeah.
He should have been fighting the Avengers.
That's who they needed to call for Thanos, bro.
Then you make this shit, and it's just like
He's
complete opposite
he's
of
old,
what
man.
they
He got
did.
burned up, man. What you want him to do? And that's not spoiling the movie. He got burned up on the last movie. If y'all seen that one,
So
then
Chucky
he just-
could beat Michael Myers then.
bro, he succumbed to
throw
fire.
40
man.
years away. They just threw 40
Chucky
years
can
away.
beat Michael Myers.
Bro,
They
Michael
just threw
Myers been
40
alive
years.
for a very long time. He's a human, man, but he's
Even Jordan didn't fall off that bad, dude. Come on. That shit is worse than how Tom Brady playing right now, man. That's
Hey
how
man,
bad.
Michael Myers, look,
That
Michael
shit
Myers
worse than them
covering
bum
distance,
ass
man,
Lakers
with no
right now,
breathing,
yo.
man. This dude.
You talking this is my bum? Hey, don't talk about my Lakers, man. We all
Hey, bro, y'all off to like 0-5.
0-5, boy. I'm telling you. I think we're gonna go 0-82 to be honest. I don't know.
Damn, man. I ain't never seen the Lakers looking like that, though.
I have.
So bad.
What was it, like 2020?
Just spearheading into the L's.
2014, no. 2017, 2018 Lakers, boy. God damn.
Damn, they was that bad. This bad.
This team is worse. This team is bad. And then I'm like, I don't know who they can beat, dude. Honestly, like.
I feel like it's motivated more by ego. LeBron's ego.
I mean, he was trying. They just showed the clips. He got a little dunk, you know.
Man, I saw that what was it, that air ball three?
It is, right? Because the narrative is only Westbrook. The play before that, he airballed the three. And that's just omitted from.
Well, speaking of sports, since niggas ain't got no topics, what y'all think the greatest sports anime of all time?
Oh, Kuroko.
I like tennis.
But Slam Dunk is cool too.
You said the what?
Prince of Tennis?
Anime.
The greatest what?
Sports anime. Sports anime.
Sports anime. Oh my god. Here we go.
Is there any football ones?
iShield 21.
I don't think so. There is.
iShield 21.
Oh, it's
Never
nice.
seen
I
it.
gotta check that out.
Hey, the best sports that I've seen on anime was when Boondocks were playing goddamn kickball.
No, they was playing basketball, nigga.
I don't remember that. What happened?
The basketball? You ain't see the basketball?
And Riley.
With him,
Riley
handles,
was trash at first.
No, I don't remember that shit at all. I gotta.
Yeah, Riley had
was
handles
ass.
but couldn't shoot.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
I think the kickball might have been better
The
actually.
kickball was
better.
fire.
The
That was
kickball
like a
better.
whole Asian Chinese shit.
Yeah, but
And
that,
then the fake injury, the kickball was better. Man.
and with that girl at the end, they was like the last two niggas left and she was pitching and she lit that ball on fire, nigga.
Fucking
I was
do
like,
that
oh,
shit.
They was breaking their bones.
That
like
nigga
they
kicked
was
that
in
bitch
Mortal
and
Kombat.
broke his leg.
He was the Tibetan dude. They beat his ass. God damn. They bad.
Fox, man, yo, that shit was
I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch that shit.
wild. I ain't like the last season of that shit. It's kind of like how I felt with that Dave Chappelle, that last season of that shit. I mean, I ain't really fuck with it. Like, it just wasn't like the first couple episodes. I think it was the lost episodes.
Oh, the lost episode, yeah.
Yeah.
The writer wasn't the writer. They took it away from the writer. He just stopped. Like after like season 2 on the Boondocks, like that last season, he had no connection with it. Like he wasn't writing that stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, because they kept trying to control how he was telling his stuff, and he was like, "Fuck it, y'all got it." Yeah, he was like, "Fuck it, y'all got it. You do it better than me, then."
Yeah.
And then that last season was garbage.
That's why they was ass. Yeah.
Yeah.
Season 1 and 2 was fire.
Legendary Bushido Brown.
I wanted Dave Chappelle to have a character in Boondocks because those was like my 2 favorite TV shows.
That would have been dope.
Yeah, they had a lot of niggas in Boondocks too. They had like Mos Def, Snoop, Busta,
Chris Brown, Busta Rhymes.
Yeah, they had
Charlie Murphy.
Like they had Lil Wayne,
Samuel
like,
Jackson.
What the fuck?
Yeah, they had a lot of motherfuckers in there. I really wish Dave Chappelle had a fucking character in Boondocks. That was
Charlie Murphy.
I think when Boondocks went downhill is when they killed Bushido Brown.
Thank you.
That was the most.
That was the dumbest shit
Season
ever.
2 though.
But that fight scene was fire.
No, that was season 3. That was season 3. When they fought the stink meaner.
Because they was using the flying guillotine.
Red Fox and
flying guillotine.
I can't believe that is white Bushido out like that, man.
Yeah, like
head gone.
I mean, he did get jumped though. It was like almost watching.
But he could have to take him out like that. Even though they jumped 3-on-1, he should have took 2 of them with him.
Yeah,
and then
he did beat up 2.
He beat him up, but
he didn't kill him.
He didn't kill him.
He was beating that woman ass, boy.
He was putting hands on him.
When he jumped him.
If you distracted like
hit him with that one inch punch.
But he was dogging ass.
What was the first episode he was in? He was Oprah's bodyguard, wasn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's when he beat Riley ass. No, he beat Huey ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
Bro, that was
had that.
animation.
We had that electrical
That was a fire
gauntlet.
fight though. That fight was crazy.
But they y'all haven't seen Black Dynamite, the animated?
Yes, the anime and the real.
Yeah.
The real.
Okay. Most people sleep on Black Dynamite. The animated series.
Yeah, I need to watch that shit.
Oh, that shit fire.
That shit hard as fuck.
Yeah, that shit real good.
Nigga named Cream Corn.
But that motherfucker Black Dynamite goes so hard in that shit.
Yeah.
I thought
they
my second Black Dynamite. I don't know what happened, man. Like
it was rumored.
Nah, LaShawn got into was it Cannon Busters or whatever?
It was rumored, but it lost steam.
Yeah. LaShawn Thomas, I think Thomas. I've known him a long time. He was the original artist for Boondocks and Black Dynamite and shit. But he went off to I think it was called Cannon Busters. I'm gonna have to look that up.
So are we allowed
we was talking about that song.
Yeah, we were talking about the song, the intro to that song.
Are we allowed to talk about Black Adam? Or everybody ain't seen that?
Yeah, who can talk about it?
I ain't seen it. I
gotta go.
I've seen it, but I don't mind if you guys talk about it.
I'll holler at y'all later.
Oh wow.
No, I gotta go for real.
Oh, okay.
All right, peace.
Yeah, when he cuts the camera off, psych.
So how'd y'all feel about the movie?
I liked it.
It was good.
I liked it. The post credits though. The post credits.
So I knew that it already. I knew the post credit before going in.
Oh my god, bro.
No, because one, I knew Buddy
everything all the time
before it happened.
Nigga, actually, because since you know everything, what's the post credits for Black Panther?
Dr. Doom.
Yeah, it is Dr. Doom. Dr. Doom and T'Challa's son.
Okay, we're gonna see.
No, I don't. She's pregnant. They might do it, but I think they're gonna tell it within the movie.
You know. Don't say
no, because there's gonna be two.
Know.
There's gonna be 2, but the only one that's important is when they Dr. Doom.
Yeah.
Because Nakia is fucking pregnant with the child's son. But no, I knew because Henry Cavill, I knew he re-signed. So I knew the fucking scene was gonna be them meeting. And then
I really thought it was gonna be Shazam.
Nah, it's too corny.
But that's his bad guy though. Like that's why I expected it to be Shazam. I expected Shazam to come in at least be mentioned because it's like his bad guy.
You can't even at this point how they went with these movies. It'd be disrespectful to have that Black Adam and Shazam on the same screen because they made dude so corny. And then
he's a kid.
This new one,
which is cool, but Shazam he throw the hands.
He does, but not at first.
But the thing though, where they killed that, I never finished the first movie because it was so cheesy. And then they showed the preview of the second movie, and I'm like, y'all just got even. This is more garbage than the first one, because they doing that whole, our whole family has the powers of Shazam, so you're taking away from the lead character because y'all know he weak. Oh, so it's just like, I love Megan Good, but she don't need to be in that fucking movie with them fucking Good powers. Yeah, she in both of them
with them fucking powers.
Yeah, this shit is so bad.
She's the foster mom, I think.
I don't remember.
No, she's one of the
I gotta rewatch that shit.
Kids, the sisters.
She's one of the Shazam. She is one of the Shazam kids.
Yeah,
actually.
But that shit. I don't know, man. I think
so. Shazam is actually my favorite hero in DC.
He's dope. It's
like in terms of the comics. But the thing is Billy Batson, like a big part of the Shazam comic is how Superman tutors him on how to be a hero. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a huge part of the. They mentioned it. Well, they show that he meets Superman.
Post credit, yeah.
Right. So, but that's like the way the comic goes too. You know what I'm saying? Where Superman ends up like chasing him down and starts being like a father figure to him because he's still a child in his mind. Like regardless of how much of a beast he is, he's still a child in his mind. So Superman has to teach him how to be a hero. You know what I'm saying?
Movie wise, I don't care. Black Adam though.
I was happy to see it personally. The Shazam movie. I mean, I was happy to see it.
I'm happy to see Shazam.
Yeah.
I just hope if they can get it together, the bigger picture, Shazam and everybody else.
It needs to be.
They're not gonna get it together.
Well, the DC movies, even if you look at the Justice League, they spend too much money trying to be funny. Yeah. And it's the same issue most of us have with the recent Thor movie. So it's like stop being funny and just make the movie.
Here's the difference. Marvel committed to that plan for over a decade.
It's consistent.
And it worked. DC got on board late.
Not with Thor though.
We're not talking Thor.
He's talking about the building of the universes.
The MCU.
Yeah.
DC problem because Marvel beat them to the punch. DC didn't want to take that same template.
But they just did though.
My issue, they just did finally.
Right, they just admitted that
Gotham should have been
but they admitted that Black Adam's going to be the first movie in there.
Yeah, but how many tie-in movies? Because I felt like we got like 3 Marvel stories in that Black Adam, but I don't want to say it because I don't want to come off like I'm hating.
It's true. No, it's true.
But even when they did Superman versus Batman, how many stories were in that movie?
Oh, it was terrible. It was too much.
Too many.
Yeah.
Doomsday. Batman versus Superman, you bring Wonder Woman in, and it's just like, that's too much going on. Wonder Woman, as much as I love her, she shouldn't have been in the movie. But Superman shouldn't have died either. Because is it Batman versus Superman or Doomsday story? I don't.
Yeah.
They played Doomsday.
They fucked that up. They fucked that up.
They played Doomsday, dude. That shit broke my heart.
They fucked that all up. And Doomsday is a problem, yeah.
I grew up to that dude.
Doomsday is a Hulk level, like.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And they fucked it up. Like
they disgraced them. Like, and then
I actually like how they did them in Smallville.
Yeah. And then the only bad thing I can say about Black Adam, the second hardest dude died.
They should not have killed Dr. Fate, bro.
Why would
they do that?
Dr. Fate is my guy, bro. But Pierce Brosnan take the fuck out of Dr. Fate, bro. That shit was hard.
Strange, honestly.
Yo, they did it real well.
This is one case where I was so hyped about the preview because when I saw how they casted Hawkman and Dr. Fate, I'm like, yo, I'm all in for this. And then even the little 2 corny characters.
Atom Smasher. Yeah, and girl.
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Tornado or Cyclone. There you go. Yeah.
It still fit. It was cheesy, but it worked. Cause I like Hawkman went hard.
Bro, I thought most importantly, you know what? I knew The Rock was gonna be The Rock regardless. I was worried about Hawkman, bro. I was worried about how they were gonna do Hawkman in the movies, bro. It's like Hawkman ain't no bitch, bro. And I was like, they gotta do hard, dude. They gotta he was on some. He did.
Hawkman was kind of hard in the shows.
And they did the double right too. The demon. I was like, yo, when he popped out, I was like, yo,
dude, that shit. When I saw that shit, I got two feelings because people was clowning Marvel with how they did Zeus, which I agree.
I agree. I was so mad about that.
In the extended movie, the Snyder cut, we see the scenes of Zeus. That motherfucker bang. So when I saw the Demon Cat, I was like, yo, that's how hard Zeus should have went. But it gave me Mephisto vibes.
It was definitely Mephisto vibes, yeah.
They're gonna cast Mephisto. So that's one thing. And that was a whole second part of the movie. Cause it's like the first part.
But Mephisto's Marvel though.
I'm tracking that. I just said it gave me vibes of Mephisto. That's all.
Wait, you said they were gonna cast Mephisto. That's why I was like, hold up.
He's casted in Marvel because he's Marvel.
I didn't know where you was going with it because I'm like,
it gave me vibes. That's all.
Yeah.
I just said it gave me vibes.
Okay.
But the second half of the movie, because Black Adam like turned himself in, and that shit the fuck is this shit? Is the movie ending like this? And then just the second half of the movie picked up, and I was like, okay, you pulled me back in. But Dr. Fate dying,
I was upset about that.
I'm like, and I needed my scene to see this nigga Dr. Fate put in that work.
He did too.
And I'm like, yo, y'all owe us this. But I feel like they did that because we've seen it with Doctor Strange. Dr. Fate is something different, dude.
He is.
And I'm like, y'all fucking killed him. And I don't know.
I wonder if Pierce Brosnan was part, like, or they were like, they could only get a 1 movie deal with him or something.
I feel he may have been.
Because that's James Bond, bro.
That's literally the only reason I can't grade the movie even higher is because he killed Fate.
But it was a good movie though. It was legit. It was a great movie all around. I think they did it. They took a lot of, my daughter even noticed this. They took a lot of effort to make Cyclone look dope as shit. Yeah. Like anytime Cyclone went to attack, that shit looked fire. They gonna show it here with all the colors and everything. It was like, okay, I see you.
I'm getting slow mode out though. It's like every superhero movie has the slow motion scene now.
Well, that's because the X-Men did it so well.
Because of Fox.
Exactly. And now
X-Men did it so well.
Every movie got like the slow motion.
Yeah, because those Quicksilver scenes though, bro.
That shit, hey.
Those are some of the hardest scenes
in the game
ever, bro. That shit was so good.
This nigga.
Yo, he moving everything.
I'll see it from here on out.
But hold on, the best slow motion scene, Mitch, you might be shocked. I say this out loud. Was when the Justice League was fighting Superman and Flash was running.
Yeah.
Was choking Buddy.
And he looks at him. He's like, I see your ass.
And Flash was like, yo, that shit.
Actually, hold on, I forgot.
Hold on, Apocalypse did that first though. Apocalypse did it first.
It hit different though. With Superman and Flash.
Because Superman be trying to not overdo Flash.
Are you talking about when he was like in the coffee shop or something?
Nah, they were fighting and Superman was off his rocker for a little bit.
Oh yeah, that
where he stopped and looked at him when he was running around him.
I think it was like, choking out Cyborg.
Yeah.
You talking about when everybody came at him.
And Buddy in slow motion, he just look at him.
I watched the Snyder cut.
He said, "I see your ass."
I watched the Snyder cut.
That is so much better.
The Snyder was
so much better.
I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a difference.
It is way better. Bro, the regular cut didn't have fucking Darkseid.
And it showed the whole. That shit was.
He gave me a whole Cyborg background.
Yeah, he did a good job on that.
I didn't think it was gonna be that big of a difference.
But that's Martian Manhunter was another one. Anyway,
yeah.
He wanted that.
The only thing with the Snyder cut, he cut out Deathstroke shit. I was a little butthurt, but
I don't think he needed to be in it. Like, I feel like Deathstroke has a very specific place, and I feel like in the event, not the Avengers, Justice League. It's like there's so much going on that Deathstroke's not going to get he's not going to get the focus he should get. It's too much going on.
That's
like
don't overdo it with trying to.
But you had it in the original.
Because you're going to take away from other.
True, but that was Zack Snyder.
But Zack Snyder was like he shouldn't be in there. He's like he shouldn't be in this. We're not going to give him enough credit.
And he's not really gonna give them enough fight. Here's
the reason. One, I like how they casted Deathstroke because Buddy, I know him from fucking that fucking vampire show on HBO. True Blood. But
Sookie Stackhouse.
So that Batman, the Batman, that shit was made because Ben Affleck he deuced up. He was supposed to have his standalone, and that Deathstroke was going to be the villain. And when they got rid of that, that's when the Batman came out. Because Ben Affleck is a fan of the movie The Raid. And he was going to pay homage to The Raid in his standalone Batman movie. That was the whole...
The Raid?
Yes.
Wow. What?
Yes. Because they try to kind of sneak it into the Batman, if you caught it.
Like
but
the
Ben
Raid
Affleck,
Redemption?
Yeah, the first one. When he's fighting.
The problem with...
The hotel,
But when Affleck dipped, they was like, well, we got to push the movie. And they was like, well, we'll just make a different standalone, cast somebody else. And then they pulled Deathstroke out. So in Snyder's cut, when they didn't have Deathstroke in there, I understood, but I'm a big Deathstroke fan.
See, I'm gonna tell you what, bro. If I was in charge of DC with that, like my goal would be to build off of the Teen Titans, Deathstroke like rivalry. Make Robin the focus. Right. Yeah, like honestly, I don't know why they haven't. Joker. I don't know why they haven't done this, bro. I do not know why a proper Robin hasn't been put in the movies. That has led to Nightwing. I don't know why it hasn't happened because Nightwing or Jason Todd or fucking Robin, like I don't even care about Damien. That's alternate universe. But like we talk about just the regular 3 Robins. Any one of them, and build that character up, and then have the Deathstroke shit come up. Each shit, fuck Jason Todd, the whole Red Hood shit,
Red Skull,
the Red Hood, the entire Red Hood storyline. Yeah. From the Joker fucking him up to him becoming the Red Hood. It could be like 3 movies. Yeah. Like you have the Batman joke with Robin, then you have the Killing Joke where the Joker fucks him up and cripples Oracle, Batgirl, and then you do the Jason Todd story as the 3rd movie, bro. That's 4 fucking movies when you think about it.
Hold on, bro. He shot her.
Doing that shit right.
He shot her.
That's true.
But actually, if I'll be watching all their animated shit. Their animated shit is fire.
They're the best. They're the best.
Yeah. That live action, they shit would be on par with Marvel if they did it in the order that they had the animated series.
Mm-hmm.
Their best show is
that's because the animated series are on par with the comics. Like they have fucking 100 years of material. And they don't use it. Like they keep wanting to reinvent the wheel. Like, bro, we've been making these books since 1939. Just use the books. Like you ain't
do what the animated
gotta. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't learned nothing.
The only thing the anime has created is Harley Quinn. That is it. Literally everything else was in the books. Harley Quinn was the only thing that came from the animated series that wasn't already there. And Harley Quinn became one of the most famous characters ever after the animated series. Yeah, she came from the cartoon. So like she wasn't in the comics.
Yeah.
So
watching the animated movies.
Yeah, that's what we're talking. Like, yeah, I've seen a bunch of them. I didn't know
if you was talking about like the TV show.
No, it was the series. The animated series is where Harley Quinn came from. Yeah. So like they just built the character to give the Joker some background.
From the 90s.
Yeah, that's my childhood.
I didn't know she came. I didn't know she came from.
Yep. She was not in the comics.
She originated from there. I didn't know she originated from there.
Yep. That's crazy. The other thing is, I don't know why they don't have old girl play her. The girl who does her voice in the anime series looks like her. Yeah. She looks like her. She's gorgeous. She's a gorgeous blonde chick. Like she has the voice. She's her. Like, and it's like they keep trying to make somebody. Bro, she looks more like her than Margot Robbie. Like for sure. So it's just wild that they don't look it up. Don't take my word for it. Look it up. You're like, holy shit.
Because her voice was perfect in the anime.
Yeah. Because the character didn't exist before her. Like that's what I'm saying.
Mitch, did you from the story, how they told it in the movie, they changed it, right?
It wasn't too much different.
With the sun,
too much. Like they changed a little bit, but it was close enough where it didn't bother me. You know what I'm saying? Plus, it's okay with the movie adjusting stuff so that people who read the comics won't know everything. Like, I'm okay with that, but it's just like, bro, there's from 1937 was the first Detective comic until now. That's like 80 years. And we like, why can't we get a good Superman video game? Right? Why can't we get a good fucking DC movie?
Like the Spider-Man game, yeah.
Right. Well, it doesn't make sense. Like you have so much material, but then you come out with stuff and it's the same story on repeat, or you can't do it.
But they problem, so people shitting on Marvel because they was going broke, so they sold their shit. 3 companies. and then they finally get them back to make one universe. DC's issue, because they have the DC universe and the DC extended universe, where the Justice League, Henry Cavill, Ben Affleck, all them cats, now The Rock, they're all in that one.
Yeah.
But you got all this good material like Titans, fucking some of them other TV
Young
shows.
Justice.
Yeah, the shows, and there's just like now you're casting multiple Flash. The TV Flash should have been on the big screen.
He should have made it the movie, yeah.
And then
but you know what though? Either one of them should have been as dope as Quicksilver in the X-Men movies. Even like the X-Men movies did the Flashes in the show or the movies. Like they really show like, no, this motherfucker is fast, bro.
So Flash is faster than Quicksilver.
He is.
Faster, beyond faster.
Yeah, he's definitely faster.
That shit.
He's definitely faster. Yeah.
So what is Quicksilver's power? Is just
it's just speed. He's fast.
You know what his power is, dude?
He's a mutant, bro.
He's like the fucking
he's Magneto's son too. Like there was a very big like Marvel is more about story. And Marvel is more about their heroes not being overpowered. Like there's always been a thing. So Quicksilver in no way, shape, form, or fashion is as strong as the Flash on purpose, right? Like they want him to be fast, but they want you to realize that he's just a mutant.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And
it makes sense.
He's a mutant, like you know what I'm saying? Like
he fuck with Cyclops and Wolverine and shit. Yeah.
Well, no, he could like. Sure, you know what I'm saying? They wouldn't be able to fight him. He moves so fast.
I mean, he's fast, yeah.
You can't fuck with Apocalypse.
But I feel like they could like predict his movements and shit.
No, he's too fast, bro. That's what I'm saying. Though the movies really showcase these cats didn't blink yet, and he had run around the whole building and got everybody out of there before they could blink. You know what I'm saying? Like they really wanted you to see that, like he's moving bullets out the way. He's smacking people in the face. He's there. You don't predict that. It's faster than you could even see. You get what I'm saying? Like
when he got shot by that bullet and died.
Which is why so many people were mad about that shit. Like they killed the other Quicksilver in the Avengers movie, and it was like, what the fuck?
I'm upset with that movie because they downplayed Ultron.
And the Ultron too. Yeah.
I'm like, you motherfuckers, dude. I ain't want to talk.
Honestly, I felt like Ultron was for kids, man. Like more
that
than
Ultron, yes. In the comics, no.
That whole movie was. That movie
was.
That was the downside of the Marvel movies. That was one of the worst ones.
Sometimes Marvels will rush shit and they just throw shit out there. It was
definitely the worst Avengers.
That's definitely like the second Thor movie was. We just act like it didn't happen. Yeah. The third Iron Man movie. Let's just get that out of there. Let's not even. The second Iron Man movie was pretty bad too, to be honest.
They make so many movies you can kind of like single out the really shitty ones.
Yeah.
And like we brought up earlier, sometimes they drop platinum albums. It's hard to follow that.
I think Captain America that one was solid.
All of the Captain Americas were good. All of them were good.
Hold on.
Even though it's a trilogy, Civil War.
Third one's a fucking
Civil War.
It's an Avengers movie.
Yeah.
But you know what though? Hey, but the best one is still the second one. The Winter Soldier was a motherfucking happy right there, bro. Like I don't give a fuck.
So hold on. Actually, I want to do this for trilogies, Marvel and DC. What is the best trilogy?
Dark Knight.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
The Batman trilogy for me.
I don't know if I can agree.
And then I would put Spider-Man trilogy.
I think Spider-Man. I think.
I go Dark Knight and Captain America.
I'm going to Batman series. That trilogy for me.
I would say Dark Knight is.
Okay, here's my issue. This is my issue across the board. The third Spider-Man movie. I'm talking Tobey Maguire. The third Spider-Man movie was terrible with Venom, right?
They disrespected Venom.
And then
they disrespected
everybody. However, I also thought that the Bane movie was trash. Like I thought it was absolutely garbage. So like I didn't like it at all. You mean to tell me all these criminals were released and the Joker's not even mentioned? Come on, bro. I got it. He's like his dad. But the Joker's not even mentioned. Like they show Scarecrow being a judge and all. The Joker's not even mentioned, bro. Stop it.
That makes sense.
They were saying, I think for me, I did.
Just mention him. That's all I'm saying. Just show a smiley face. You know what I'm saying?
It's Ra's al Ghul. Even though I don't care for Buddy,
He did so well, bro.
He did Ra's al Ghul so fucking dope.
Hey, but I get it. I know what you're talking about, but he's a damn good actor, bro. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I get it.
Yeah, but
we
Ra's
gotta
al
get to
Ghul,
that. Yeah.
But then it's like the other one. It's not even the Joker. That nigga that played Two-Face for me, he did it. Like
he did good too. That movie is that. So that the Batman.
This is hold on. This is why the Joker was Vince Carter and Two-Face was Tracy McGrady in the dunk contest.
Yeah,
because I felt the Two-Face just went so hard, but I just felt it was overshadowed.
The Joker was extremely well done.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all it really. Now here's the thing. So here's the thing. I think that the second Batman movie is the best superhero movie, and like arguably, I'm saying arguably. Period. Winter Soldier's there. The first Avengers is there, but it's arguable. That's all I'm saying. Now, with that said, though, as a trilogy,
I'm saying Winter Soldier over Black Panther.
And that's fine. But as a trilogy, well, see, here's the thing with Black Panther. I think Black Panther is a great movie, but I think it's like a B when it comes to superhero movies. I think it's just a great. It's like an A+ as a movie.
I think it's it's the best standalone superhero movie by himself.
I disagree.
You know what's crazy?
So what else? Because
when Black Panther came out, another movie came out that I think was better than Black Panther, and that was Ready Player One. I enjoyed that movie way more.
Right, but it's a different genre.
That's a whole different. I know, but I'm saying
that was a great movie too.
Everybody was
that
on
was a
the
great movie too.
wave.
But if we're just talking about hero movies, the first Iron Man is up there. The third Thor, Ragnarok, holy shit. Ragnarok went hard. Batman, the second Batman movie. That's what I'm saying. Like, I would put all of those above Black Panther as a hero movie. I'm trying to just scan through my movies.
You scan, but you gotta. So when you scan through them, you take
those three come up real quick though.
The main character and the villain. And as because we had got previewed, and this is why Captain Civil War, they got the rights to Spider-Man last second. And they was able to fit it in. So now
I was gonna say Spider-Man as well, though. The second Spider-Man movie.
But
the last Spider-Man that just came out.
So Spider-Man, I can't give Buddy credit in the MCU because he can't carry the movie by himself.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man versus Doc Octopus. Like that movie. Yeah, that's classic. That movie is insanely good. Yeah. Like
that third movie was so bad.
But then the first movie too. So like the second one's the best one, the one with Doc Ock, but the first one against Green Goblin is a fucking classic too. Classic. Like so I'm just like I can't put.
If you can make a great first movie and a better second, that's why Captain America is so. Because that first Captain America is dope.
It is.
But Winter Soldier, we got Winter
Soldier.
Winter Soldier is amazing.
And we got the Avengers, Captain
America Avengers. Yeah. But then you give us Black Panther and Spider-Man, and now it's just like. That's a little overwhelming.
But that all I'm saying is
that if you like the comic, it's very underwhelming because you went from like 100 people to 10.
Well, we ultimately wanted to see Black Panther and Captain America fight each other like they do in the comics.
And they did that. But not only did they gave us a scene, but then they paid a big homage to the iconic scene where Iron Man and Bucky.
Yeah.
And Cap, they're all fighting.
Yeah.
And they hit the shield. Do they? Slick.
That shit was clean. They did the combo. Yeah. They did the fucking combo. Yeah.
Like that shit. And when you see that, you be like,
when Iron Man is fighting Cap and he bounces the fucking beam off the shield.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the hypest scenes, bro. It was one of the hypest scenes. But there's so much going on. So if you're talking about just the single like hero, I have to say the second Spider-Man. Like with Tobey Maguire. Like I think that is the best standalone. Like boom. And if it's not that, then I'm gonna bring in Blade or something. Because like you're really talking about Blade is another one. Yeah, because I don't know. I can't put Black Panther above those movies. Like there's no way. I can't do it.
That's a good argument.
I also say that Black Panther, the dopest part of it was the villain, and that's where
that was my argument. Killmonger was so great.
But was he better than Heath Ledger? No. No.
It depends. So, hold on. As a comic fan, no. Heath Ledger
He's just as an actor though. Like he's just like the acting of the Joker was so good.
Here's the thing though, and this is why I can't entertain the Kanye stuff, because people are split. And then I have other reasons why I don't want. With that movie, our people were split, were they not, between T'Challa and Killmonger?
Yeah.
For the most part. And that's what made the
Killmonger
movie.
was speaking some real shit.
I think most people agree with Killmonger.
Most, but some.
Just not his methods, but his thought process. Most people agree with,
that, which is an ode to Coogler, because there was a lot of shit Coogler wanted to do, and he had to leave it. He wanted Kraven the Hunter in that fucking movie. He was like, that's too much. But he did that. Now, they did play Claw. They played the fuck out of Claw.
They did.
And that, as a fan, I was like, y'all did Claw kind of dirty.
Real dirty, bro.
They did him dirty, dude.
They made him a minor character. Like this is just a joke.
They played Claw.
I like that they put Kraven and Morbius though. So kinda.
They hinted. Yeah, I think.
Well, they said her name a few times, but they said her name a few times.
And the Vulture showed up.
I want to know what they're going to do with that. I want to know what they're going to do. Now, that's what I was going to say, though. Now, the first Spider-Man movie with Michael Keaton as the Vulture, that was actually a legit movie.
That shit went hard, dude.
Yeah, it was actually legit as fuck, bro.
Keaton went so fucking hard. He owned it, dude.
Bro, that's the original Batman, B. I fuck with y'all.
He finally came over to play, you know?
Yeah, I was like, okay. Yeah, so...
I love when these motherfuckers cross over, dude. Because people like, no. I'm like, nah, go play another role.
There's quite a few that crossed over, actually. I think Ryan Reynolds, he did.
I don't think he counts.
You don't count? We're not counting Green Lantern?
Who's Green Lantern, dude?
We're not counting that?
No matter how bad the movie, it counts.
No, what I'm saying is that Ryan Reynolds is a spoof of himself. So like it's hard for me to count him in anything that's being taken serious because it's same with Deadpool. He's just a spoof of himself, though. He's designed to be, and Deadpool is the perfect character for him to play because that's who he is. But Ryan Reynolds, he's always himself in the movie. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you watch.
No, he was up until he played Deadpool. After Deadpool, it seems like every role after that is still like he's in Deadpool.
Bro, even if you watch,
Pikachu, like Deadpool Pikachu.
Bro, go watch Waiting. You know what I'm saying? Go watch Van Wilder. It's the same shit, and that's before anybody know who he was. Harold and Kumar. Kumar is in Van Wilder. That's the movie that he got famous in. Cowpen. That's the movie that he was first in, where Oh Boy was a star. But even if you watch Waiting, which is a dope ass movie if y'all haven't seen it, he's the same. He's himself, bro. If you see him at a on a talk show, he's himself. He's the same person. Like now he does have movies where he's not himself. They're serious. They're usually serious movies though. Like Safe House or the joint where he was stuck in a coffin. The whole movie, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was real crazy. But for the most part, this he's the same character and everything. You know, so I
like
just
The Rock.
How do you
like
put,
The Rock, yeah.
Where do y'all put Free Guy next to Ready Player One?
Ready Player One's better.
Ready Player One is.
But what would you say Free Guy would be next when it comes to
like as
a
far
video
as
game movie?
that type of movie? What else?
What's the one with Gerard Butler? Where the dudes control him like a gamer. Yeah, that fucking movie was hard, bro.
Yeah.
That shit was hard, bro.
I would even say Wreck-It Ralph.
What about Pixels?
Pixels is up there. Pixels is shit.
I would put Free Guy over Pixels, I think.
I have Free Guy at number 2 when it comes to those types.
I would put Gamer over Free. Yeah, I would put Gamer over it.
So what criteria is it? Because I go off of references.
Are we just talking about video game movies or movies that
video
games are in the movie?
Yeah, and it's like the purpose of the movie.
Because Ready Player One's not my favorite video game movie. But if you're saying with video game movies, like video games in the movie, like where that's kind of part of it, but I would say Ready Player One. Because if you were to say favorite video game movie,
not a favorite video game movie because then
it's Silent Hill. It's Silent Hill. Like
Silent Hill.
I
was just telling my girl about Silent Hill.
Yeah, Silent Hill.
The skin getting ripped off.
Mine's still Street Fighter. So
Oh God, that was a terrible.
I don't care how trash it is.
First of all,
my man
hey, what you not gonna do is disrespect Street Fighter.
I loved it, but it was a terrible fucking
bro. I had a crush on Ming Na so much because she played Chun-Li.
I would say over the Street Fighter movie, Mortal Kombat.
I watched Mulan just because Ming Na played her voice, bro. Like I'm serious. Like her being Chun-Li was a rap for me.
I would say Mortal Kombat movies over Street Fighter movies.
Nah, I'm all Street Fighter, bro.
The first Mortal Kombat movie, yes.
Yeah.
Annihilation,
Annihilation was terrible, bro. Annihilation
you gotta think though. Hold on, my dude Van Damme was coked up the entire movie.
Yeah, that's all right. But no, I love that movie. I've seen it.
But when you coked up, you perform.
I've seen it so many.
When you coked up, you A1.
I give a little extra credit too, because that was Raul Julia's last movie. So he died while they were producing that movie. Oh, wow. So Raul Julia, Gomez Adams. So Bison for those who
Okay. I was wondering.
That's his last movie. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let's go, Gomez Adams, bro. Like so I give it a little extra love because that was his last movie. I've seen that movie a lot of times.
And then it's some bad acting, dude, and I love it.
A lot of times. I fucking love it. Hey, here we go. You guys see that one? It was a martial arts show. It came out pretty recently. God damn it, where was it? It's got like the Indian Asian dude playing in it.
The dude that plays Tony Jaa?
Not Tony Jaa, but similar vibe.
Was he in the Raid?
Hold on, let me. I could probably find it.
Triple Threat?
No, it came out recently as a show on Netflix, I'm pretty sure.
It's my guy. Iko Wasasi.
Wu Assassins. Yeah. So
the Raid. He just said the Raid. Iko Wasasi.
Me.
Yeah. So
that's my dude, man.
Did you watch Wu Assassins? Did you watch
anything he's in, I watch.
Hey, do you know who was in it though?
I watch everything he's in.
The bad guy.
I just only care about Iko Wasasi.
Bro, the bad guy was for you from the Street Fighter movie. You should be ashamed of yourself right now.
Dude, I only care about.
No, look, bro. That's for you, bro. You can't say it. You can't say it.
22, fucking Triple Threat. What else is he in? Of course, the Raid.
Somebody brought Netflix up.
Cause of Iko Wasasi, the Wu Assassin.
Bro, hey, let me share my screen real quick, Spence.
I watched the show. Did you watch the movie?
What, Raid?
No, Wu Assassin. There's a movie.
I don't think I watched. I didn't see the movie. I just saw the show.
I couldn't. I started.
Hey, look. This is right off the show. That is for you, bro.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, I made a section of you. That's what made me watch the show. That's what made me watch the show, bro.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit, Rio doesn't watch it. Like, yo, when I tell you,
I'm a legit show, man.
I'm a legit fan of the Street Fighter movie. Yeah. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, so when this shit happened, I was like, oh, I gotta watch this.
That's a good show.
It was good.
Watch it. I'm gonna watch it. I just put it up on Netflix so I can.
Yeah, but the dude is the gangster. That's reused from the Street Fighter movie. So I was just like, oh, every time he's in something, I'm watching it. Same way, Ken, Ken is from Blood In, Blood Out. He's the main character in Blood In, Blood Out. Y'all have seen Blood. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm about to say, the white dude who's part of the Mexican gang. That's Ken.
That shit funny. My Netflix was just watching that shit. I was like, what the fuck y'all know about this?
Yeah. Money Talks. Money Talks with Chris Tucker. Yeah. Hey, Ken is the fucking gangster that Chris owed money to in the movie.
Yep. That's right.
Yeah, hey, bro. I'm telling you, man, I'm a popular Street Fighter fan. Don't get it twisted.
I think when I saw him, I was a kid, so it seemed kind of like I didn't have the lore behind it.
I was probably a teenager. I think I was a teenager.
I see it now. I know the lore of Street Fighter, so I watch it. I get it better.
Yo, when Zangief was like, "Quick, change the channel." Yo, I'm telling y'all, I've seen that movie so many times. Zangief was in. Yeah, I guess you didn't see that, did you? Roasted him. What was it? But Zangief was in higher learning. And higher learning is, Omar Epps, Tyra Banks, classic. Cube, yep. This is when I first learned about racism properly, apparently.
Dude, I'm gonna share something with y'all. Cause I'm a diehard Cube. Cube is my GOAT. That's just me.
He's your GOAT, huh?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I had the biggest crush on goddamn Tyra Banks growing up.
I know where you was going with this.
So when I saw that movie, I started crying as a young kid. When I was fucking balling, dude, and I was so fucking angry. Oh man,
bro.
Busta Rhymes was hard in that movie too.
I was about to say Busta Rhymes is my GOAT. Busta Rhymes actually is my GOAT. And when
that scene though, man,
that fight scene, bro, that's gonna be a funniest fight scene in history, bro.
But when that motherfucker shot her and she up there coughing up blood, and my twin holding her, and I'm just like, dude, I was just crying, dude. They shot Tyra. It's the racist.
Yeah, it's all
so now I'm like double mad. I'm like, I don't know how to feel right now.
When the fat black dude from the crew fought Zangief, bro, I was just like, let's go. That's the yeah, that song is so good. I don't care. It's visible, bro.
Learning, dude.
I had to listen to the entire Coming album after that fucking movie. The Coming.
I want y'all number 1 and number 2 villain from the live action Marvel and DC movies.
The Joker.
Okay, that's number 1 for you. Who's your number 2 villain?
I got to slow down for number 2. Probably Dr. Octopus. He played it really well.
Who did Jamie Foxx play?
That's rough though. Electro. That was terrible. That was a terrible movie.
I'm gonna go Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
He played.
I'm gonna go Sandman.
Really?
Who's that Sandman? Man, I like the Sandman one.
That nigga Jones, my nigga.
I'm gonna go Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Green Goblin.
Number 2.
That was good.
Between him and Doc Ock, that was legit.
Especially this last performance that he played from that Spider-Man.
Nah, I mean Killmonger. I'm tripping. Yeah, so I would say number 1 is definitely Joker, 2 and Killmonger. Yeah,
sense.
I would say Killmonger.
Number 2 is Joker. Number 2 is Joker for sure.
So who's your 1?
Green Goblin.
Over Joker? Oh shit! I can't do that. I can't put nobody over Joker. I can't do that.
Yeah, as far as
Joker was entertaining,
I'll say Killmonger and Bane.
No, that performance was.
That wasn't just entertainment, bro. I believed him.
That was.
I believed him. Yes, I felt bad for them gangsters, bro. I believed. I felt all of that. But let me think, because maybe I'm discounting.
Hey Ben, I need that background picture, man.
That Green Goblin with that Green Goblin with the
Brandon, who's your 1 and 2?
Like he had the story.
So y'all my 1, I'm gonna be very fucking biased.
Thanos was crazy too, though.
My 1 is Thanos.
Nah, yeah, Thanos was crazy. Yeah.
I can accept that.
I have a whole.
I'm not putting that performance over Joker, but go ahead.
So which one, acting or favorite?
For me, it's Thanos. Period.
Oh, you said just acting performance. That changes the narrative a little bit.
Thanos, period, point blank.
I got to go back to Killmonger as number 2 then.
And then my number 2 is a newer pick. Scarlet Witch, dude. That fucking movie.
She did it well.
Doctor Strange?
She did it well. She did it very well.
The evil, yeah.
Shit, and I'm
she did it really well.
Shit, that's it for me. So.
Oh fuck! I forgot I was playing this game. Damn it!
I feel like since it was before the kids, it kind of, I don't know, it felt watered down after. I'm like, okay, she's just fighting for this, whatever, these little kids or whatever. But I don't know. She just felt less scary when it was about the kids. Then, like at first, it was like, oh shit, Scarlet Witch is on some shit.
Hey, no, Ben, I need that picture though.
Hey,
it's on Google, bro.
Is it? It just gave me this. Is the mama symbol in the Black Panther?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It just
That's what I got on my shirt.
Tattoo.
Not this shirt.
Damn.
Hey, bro, I just thought of something.
Hold on.
I just thought of something.
Yeah, Mitch, you can draw. I need you to Because you freehand better.
Use your abilities for my well-being.
I'm too lazy to do it, but I need.
Bitch, you can draw. Like,
I know, but I'm too lazy.
You can literally trace that shit.
No, but I need to fit. He got the Panther over the Mamba. I feel there's a way the Mamba can be put into the Panther.
Yeah, it could.
Like coming out the eye
or something.
Hey, bro, literally type in on Google Kobe and Black Panther, and then go images. Yep, it's a 2020. It's a 2020 image.
So, I think Kingpin deserves to be mentioned here.
Kingpin?
Only in
the Daredevil show. I'm talking about the Daredevil show.
They have a
show.
But
Netflix.
Yeah, let's say Daredevil
got watered down in Disney.
And not she did. I mean, he did.
He did what now?
He got watered down when he went to the Hawkeye show.
Oh, I haven't seen the Hawkeye show. I haven't seen it. Is it bad? Oh shit. No, I haven't seen it.
It's a decent show.
Yeah, the show is decent. How they did Kingpin ain't.
Is it the same? Is it the same guy?
It's the same one.
This is why you don't want to watch it.
Don't ruin it.
Hold on. Kate Bishop went toe to toe with Kingpin.
Nah.
and we know how Daredevil is, and he was going toe to toe, and still not fucking.
Well, Kingpin's a problem. Kingpin's an actual problem.
He will fuck Spider-Man up.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. Just watch the.
He won't fuck.
He won't fuck Spider-Man up, but
Spider-Man gonna give him them hands, bro.
Spider-Man fucks him up every time.
I'm going based off the animated series. He did used to like.
Hey, he's strong enough to pick him up because Spider-Man don't weigh nothing, but
yeah.
He ain't gonna beat him. Like Spider-Man's too strong.
I just mean like a manhandle him and shit. Like he could give him a problem, not beat him.
Only if Spider-Man don't grab him as well. Spider-Man dramatically stronger than him.
I think I remember one time he grabbed him and like swung him or whatever, but
yeah, Spider-Man's dramatically stronger than Kingpin.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He can hold a fucking building up, and fucking train and shit.
He can lift 10 tons.
Yeah.
That's his power limit. Like I'm not going to go past. Like he can lift 10 tons. Venom can do 30 tons.
He can lift that, and then he can punch later.
Stupid. Yo, I was the kid who would trade Fleer. You know, people had baseball cards. I would do it with the hero cards, and they had the power levels on the card and shit. Yeah, we used to trade them shits. So like anyone who was like could lift 50 tons or more, they just would put 50 plus. Like, cause like the Hulk and the Juggernaut and stuff, they just wouldn't even.
I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
These niggas are strong. God. That's pretty much what it. Like, these niggas are strong. Like, we ain't gonna sit here and all with y'all. 50 tons plus.
Did you find the picture?
I already got it. I got it.
Okay, you found it. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, man.
Outside of Batman, Daredevil, and Slade, what are some other heroes or villains that are not superpowers but are hand to hand like a threat?
Well, Slade has powers.
Slade has powers.
I didn't know Slade had powers.
Yeah, he's like a metahuman.
He's like Captain America.
Yeah, enhance and can cheat death.
Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
And then Daredevil
he got heightened senses. He's like a chi master.
He's blind, isn't he?
Yeah, but his because he's not just normal blind. The chemicals did something to him, so he has like a ridiculous balance. His equilibrium is like.
So like you could put Punisher same level with Batman.
Punisher for sure. Yeah, he's a normal guy. He's a normal guy.
Who said that
Punisher show needs to get more fucking respect put on it? Like that show was insane.
Yeah, the Punisher show was fire.
That's the best show.
Boy.
I feel like I sparked something. She was like, I feel like
bro, that fucking jail scene.
Ready.
You said what?
The best though?
From the Netflix. From the Netflix? Punisher from the Netflix.
Like not better than the Daredevil show.
Punisher's better.
And the jail scene was in the Daredevil show.
That was in Punisher's show.
Was it? I thought it was the Daredevil season.
Nah, it was in Punisher's.
It could have been. I feel like that was the one where Kingpin paid him to to get out and
Daredevil
kill
was
Daredevil.
entertaining, but I will agree that Punisher
shit.
was just a little
That fight scene in
Don't get me
Daredevil
wrong,
where they're going through the apartment building and the camera never stops. Like the camera just keeps going the whole time.
That was cool.
Yo, that's
off that is Daredevil. Well, Punisher.
But Luke Cage
Daredevil.
is up there too, though.
There's those two are just bro.
Yeah. Luke Cage was dope too.
It was
though.
really good show.
But I love Luke Cage.
The Luke Cage show was nasty.
Both seasons was dope because
Miles was only in like 6 episodes, and he's like, best movies.
But Luke Cage, that second season when that Jamaican motherfucker, that capoeira, he beat Luke ass, boy. I was like,
Eddie Gordo, that nigga.
Yeah, that shit is. It was that show. Man, I really was upset that they broke the deal off because those were such good shows. Like they were such good shows. Like why ruin it?
Right.
Like I got it. You want to build your thing, but come on, man. Like these are all gone. Just let them live. The Jessica Jones shit I could deal without. The Iron Fist shit I could deal without. Yeah. But Luke Cage, Daredevil, and the Punisher, you should have let them ride, bro. Them shits were killing.
They could have
represented the Defenders was alright, but
I was hyped for it. It was just too short.
Yeah.
It was too short. But again, it was like it made me not care about Iron Fist and Jessica Jones even more. Watching the Defenders,
they did a disservice to Iron Fist. One, how they casted him.
It was the actor. I talked to him, and he like when I talked to him, I asked him, I saw in his face, he did not appreciate me asking him about it. Like, and that was he was there for.
Real actor?
Yeah, I talked to him and Jennifer Henwick because I mean, my wife, Jennifer Henwick in that one, boy. I tell you what, I risk it. The lady in the dragon, goddamn, bro.
What's the timestamp on this so we can edit?
Yeah. No, it's all good. No, but her and she was. I told my wife too. But her and because she was in Game of Thrones as well. They both were, for that matter. But I talked to both of them at the same time, and when I talked to him, he was like, he really didn't like how that show went, and like I asked him what was next for him, and he didn't have an answer. Like when I asked her those things, she was like, she had a bunch of projects lined up. So it was just like you could tell he felt like that show kind of ruined his career. Like that's the vibe that I got. Yeah,
as it should have.
He should have been cast for it.
As it should have.
Yeah. He ruined Ironheart.
I don't think that's him. I think that's the director, bro. Like that's how
he was a terrible cast.
But that's not his fault though. That should be that should ruin the career of whoever casted him.
And his.
He said it is.
Well, it didn't make sense. Like Iron Fist is supposed to be the martial arts master who has complete control.
Trash, dude.
Like he's supposed to be the martial arts master that has complete control over himself. And then the whole time in the whole time in the show, he's super emotional and can't fight. Like we got to fight is it? So
you can't even.
It felt like it was rushed to try to get to the Defenders.
They were in a rush. They had 3 good shows, 2 bad ones, and they was like, we're gonna put them all together. But that's not counting Punisher. But
let's try to save the
Punisher was dope. Punisher was dope.
Yeah.
But then they even with Iron Fist, I couldn't see him next to that Luke Cage, and they did him so well, especially when they gave us the backstory, and he had the old school with the metal junk crown and the fro, and they gave us that, and then it's just like they gave us a newer version of Luke Cage, Power Man, whatnot.
Yeah.
And then you gave us a shitty ass Iron Fist. I don't see heroes for hire at all.
Yeah. I can feel that.
Yeah, the heroes for hire shit.
Homie didn't even look like he knew anything. Like he looked like it was just awkward for him to even be there.
Yeah. He looked like he did that that Miyagi-Do karate that Russo be doing.
Bro, I actually was about to say that. That's what's funny. I was like, he looked like it looks like fake, like he doesn't know what he's doing. And whereas when you watch it, like dude who plays Johnny Lawrence, you can tell he's older and hasn't really practiced, but he knows karate. Right. And you can tell the way he moves, he knows karate. He just is out of practice. Whereas like the dude who plays Ralph Macchio does not know karate. Like it looks terrible. Every time he be standing there like this, I be like, oh my God.
He admitted that he doesn't even practice that shit.
And they just let it ride. And the show is so good.
You fucking clown.
That's what makes it bad. The show is so good.
Danny, whatever his name is, out there fucking kicking fucking waves in the ocean.
The show is so good too.
Yeah.
It's depressing.
Like, God. That really ruined my childhood.
I won't go that far because he was bad then too. Like
you know, again, we're talking about kid movies.
My big thing is that when they show him and Johnny in the show today, they act as if they're equals, and it's like they're really obviously not.
Yeah, like
it's so rough.
Yeah, it's really hard seeing him square up in a stance. Like
it's terrible, bro.
You don't do this. You know you don't do this. You a liar.
Ain't his daughter trash, dude. I can't.
Oh my God!
In the show, bro. Sam is the most hated character in the show. Like ain't no question.
I like the other one, Tori.
Tori should be
Tori's dope.
her up
I like her.
Tori's dope.
Sam is so annoying. Her whiny ass.
Yeah, I can't stand her.
And she a little thought.
Yeah, she is. He's just playing every guy in that show.
On top of everything, thought.
Just wild.
Not only is she trash, she a thought.
Just can't stand her. It's terrible.
Yeah, she's goofy, man.
I get upset just thinking about Sam.
Bro, I'm upset now.
Yeah, for real. She was fucking terrible, bro. Terrible human.
She just looks stupid, man.
She's a terrible human, bro.
On the TV one time.
She was like how judgmental she was.
She was a terrible human, bro.
Yeah,
like that was it. Like
the character and the actress.
I don't want to say what's the little bastard kid from Game of Thrones?
Joffrey. Oh, I hated his ass.
Oh wow, yeah.
Little bitch.
I've never been more happy to see someone die in the show.
Oh my God,
everyone was dying.
When I first saw like Game of Thrones, dude, I was like, my nigga, I really am like mentally invested in this because if I see that nigga in real life, I'll beat his ass.
Yeah, I beat his ass.
I don't know why I feel this way. I understand.
On site, bro.
But for some reason,
like Tyreek was getting death threats in real life, dude.
On site, bro.
I remember I saw like a Comic-Con or whatever. They had to put that nigga like on one of the machines to go way up because people were really after his ass.
Dude, I want to punch his ass out.
And I was like, bro,
I
gotta stop watching this. This nigga really pissing me off. But I didn't notice. He could be a really nice person. He could be a really nice person.
He's still number one.
When I see you, it's hands on deck.
Immediately, bro.
Oh, girl, number two.
Ready to eat for everyone, dog.
Eat for everyone.
Not eat for everyone.
Like, damn,
that's unfortunate.
Watching this shit, I'm getting upset about this nigga.
Nigga, I cheered when I see that shit. I'm like, yes!
Everybody did.
So he died, bro.
And he had a painful death too.
You had to keep your teeth together when you thought you're fucking off of her horse.
Right, yo.
That
brought the evil out, yo. I hate you.
Angela from Power.
You fucking bitch.
I never got into Power. I ain't gonna lie. I never got into
it. People hated
hey, that Kanan.
That's when you catch that camper and call it duty.
I never got into Power.
You saw the season finale?
Yeah,
I ain't seen none of that shit.
That next season gonna go crazy.
Hey, you saw the post I made when Nick.
Yeah. Hey, when he tried to spin that rock, he was like, "Hey, yo, you ain't never think about us." I was like, "Hey, all fair, love and war."
You gonna get it now, shit.
Yo, definitely.
You gonna get that boy.
Definitely.
About to be Kanan's stepdaddy.
Hey, bro, here you go. Here you go. I was looking for it. Here it
Where's
is.
Breeze? Where's Breeze and where is Tommy and Ghost? We gotta see him.
I ain't worried about it. But yeah, old girl, old boy didn't even want to take a picture. He was, I'm telling y'all, he was distraught when I asked about that shit, bro. Iron Fist. Yeah, she was like, "Oh no, I got a couple of projects lined up." I was like, "Damn." So yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, she. No, I met
very attractive.
I met Tom Hardy.
Very.
And then I asked him, I was like, "Hey man, you gonna be Wolverine?" And he was like, "Man,
he's already Venom."
Then he was like, "No, I can't do it because I played too many roles already. But that Venom is Sony. I'm like, we need.
It's still Marvel though. It's Marvel.
Yeah, it's Sony. But we need an MCU. I mean, fucking my boy, he Thanos and Cable.
He got the belt
on. That's true. Yeah, but you can't tell though. It's not like his face on Thanos. That's all I'm saying.
I see Josh Brolin, dude.
I do not. I see Thanos. I see Thanos. I see Thanos, bro.
The voice.
Yeah, I see Thanos when I got him.
Yeah. Nah, he was super humble. He's like, man, I've been Bane, Venom, and then
he was Bane.
Oh, he was Bane.
Yeah.
I ignore Bane because Bane it was such a bad movie.
That's Sergeant Slaughter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The original. You got the G.I. Joe and everything, bro.
What is that?
That's Sergeant Slaughter, bro.
Nigga, like he about 80 years old.
Oh, this was Comic-Con, yeah.
Hall of Fame.
I was surprised at how big I am next to the guy. I was especially with DDP. Cause him and when I took the one with
how tall is DDP?
He's about the same size as me. He got me 6'4". I would say.
I don't know what that nigga thinking.
That nigga is dying.
It's a running joke.
It's a running joke.
How tall he is, because he always say
it's a running joke with Brandon and himself.
Because you went out your way. Oh, yeah, I'm as big as this nigga Sergeant Slaughter.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
And you went back to the DDP.
I get that you a little guy and it bothers you, but it actually surprised me thoroughly that I was as large as some of these wrestlers that I grew up watching. Yes, it did.
You should have wrestled them. I mean,
yeah, I thought about that actually. The one that did it was Lou Ferrigno. Because Lou Ferrigno is
man, he's a prick, man.
He's big as shit though.
But he's a prick.
I don't know him like that.
No, it's just he came here one time.
I met him one time. He was fine with me.
No, but he was charging people like at minimum 100. And I'm like,
no, he didn't charge me. No, he just took a picture with me.
I mean, you're in uniform, so he maybe felt guilty, but
that's possible.
He was here on Fort Bragg.
It's possible.
PX, and I knew he was
well, he knew everybody was in uniform then.
You said what?
I said that everybody was in uniform. If he felt bad about me, he probably would have. No.
But you were at a con, right?
No, I met him at an art show. But
I don't know. That's like when I go to cons, I don't actually care to meet the artists or the wrestlers. Now Ryan, damn, what's his name?
I've never been to a Comic-Con.
I've been to a bunch of them. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron Simmons.
Yeah, when I met Zeus, it was dope. And I ended up meeting him right before he died, so I was pretty happy that I met him.
You know who I got to meet before he died?
I'm about to say right before he died.
Helio.
He pretty happy died. Damn.
No, happy I got to meet. You said Coolio?
Yeah, Helio.
Who?
Helio. I might be saying it wrong.
Elio Gracie. Yeah, okay. That's what's up. You got to meet him? I did not.
Yeah, long time ago.
Yeah, I did not. That's good stuff. I've met quite a few of the Gracies, but I didn't get into it. I wasn't really doing it before he passed, unfortunately. I'm trying to think if I got the Ric Flair meeting was the big one. That and Stanley, obviously. Oh, there it is. I'm gonna tell you what caught me off guard is how big Candyman is.
Yeah, he's tall as fuck.
Candyman, like that.
I think he's almost like 7 foot.
Yeah, Candyman, the horror movie,
Yeah,
the new one, right?
No, the real one.
Or the old one.
No, because the real one, yeah, the original.
Okay, yeah.
He ended up being in the new one too, though.
Yeah,
like a cameo.
Yeah.
Well, it was kind of. I mean, it wasn't really a cameo. It was they were showing the different versions of him.
Mm-hmm. That was cool.
I like that movie.
Let me see. There you go. There you go. I was super hyped for this. I was a big Legion of Doom fan. Like that was my. And I talked to him for about 30 minutes. He was talking about when Hawk died and everything. So that was like it was pretty serious, yeah. And then like at the end, like we were just chopping it up, and at the end he was like, "Hey, you should take a picture with the pads on, man. You about the biggest Hawk." I was like, "Stop playing." So that was crazy. Candyman right here. Boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the original. Tony
Still
Todd.
scary, boy. Shit.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy.
Even as a regular nigga.
Yeah. I don't want that smoke. I don't want it.
You thought the movie was just a
Oh,
movie.
Ted DiBiase.
You thought shit
like
was
that
a
for
game.
real.
You thought shit was sweet.
Oh, that was a biography.
Hell nah.
I really be living that.
Horror, you know I'm a horror movie guy, so the King of Rock. Oh, there we go. Yeah, Zeus. He couldn't stand up for long at the time, so
Debo?
yeah, Debo, Zeus.
Oh, was he sick then?
He was, yeah, he passed away shortly after that. Like that was the show I met Stan Lee. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Stan Lee was a different one. Oh, there you go. This was dope because this was at a bar, and he bought everybody drinks. Like, so he asked me how many people was there with me, and I was like, "There's like 12 of us." He was like, he told Bart, "Hey, all the drinks are on me." So that shit was like super dope. Ric Flair. But yeah.
I suppose. What is this? An image?
What's that?
You put something in the thing.
Who did?
Spencer.
Oh.
12/17.
I don't know. That shit got a virus on it. I ain't looking
Yeah, virus on it. You gotta download it. It's hacked.
Yep. I don't believe it. My favorite artist died.